Morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. It is Last Wraps Baseball on the air. We haven't been doing a whole lot these days of baseball, but tonight we're going to do the Giants and the Dodgers. And it's a 2-1 count to Jorge Soler as this one is underway at Chavez Ravine. Landon Knack is on the mound, and he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that catches the inside corner, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Soler. Soler, Lamont Wade Jr., Helio Ramos to get things going here in the top of the first for the Giants. Patrick Bailey, Matt Chapman, and Michael Conforto following here in the order. As that breaking ball misses outside, and the count now runs full to Soler. Landon Knack, in his last couple of starts, has struggled. His first 6 starts, he had done fairly well for the Dodgers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into a left center field. Moving over and underneath it with plenty of room is the center fielder, Andy Paez. And he is going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Soler for the first out of the inning. So one Giant up and one Giant away here in the top of the first. That's going to bring Lamont Wade Jr. to the plate. So Wade Jr. on the season, hitting .311. He's got 3 homers and 19 runs driven in, batting from the left side against Knack. The first pitch is a 95-mile-an-hour fastball that misses up and away for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to the left-handed hitting Wade Jr. There's a changeup that just misses off the outside corner, and the count now goes to 2-0. Dodgers have won 7 straight at home against the Giants. Entering tonight's fray as the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on and lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats over the third base dugout. The count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is. Wade Jr. with a very narrow stance, waggles the bat. Here's the pitch from Knack. It's a changeup that misses upstairs, and the count now runs to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Most of the games around Major League Baseball are finals or getting close to it. There's only a couple of late games that are underway. As the pitch is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field. Giving chase is Jason Hayward, and he makes the catch on the run on the warning track. And Lamont Wade Jr. is retired for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away. That'll bring up Helio Ramos to the plate. Games that are early underway. Surprisingly, the Cubs are 0-0 in the bottom of the third against Milwaukee. It is a 6-1 game for the Diamondbacks over Kansas City. That's in the top of the 8th. The games that got started a little later, Houston, Oakland, Angels, Seattle are in the third inning. We'll keep you up to date on all of those a little bit later. There's a first pitch breaking ball delivered to Ramos. It misses down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Ramos. We haven't been doing a lot of games lately, and we're not sure what we're going to get for an audience tonight. But for those who do check in, whether you listen live or on delay, it's much appreciated that you're here, as that's a fastball that misses. Count is now 2-0 to Ramos. And rather irregular with our games that we've been calling this year. We haven't just had the time to be able to do that. As that fastball is swung on and missed, the count now goes to 2-1 on Ramos. Knack back to work again, delivers a fastball. It's swung on, and it's lifted foul over on the first base side. Count now 2-2 to the San Francisco center fielder. Right-hander Knack rocking into the motion. Here comes the pitch. He kicks and delivers. Breaking ball swung on. It's going to be lined just past the glove of the second baseman, Gavin Lux, as it gets into right center field. Down for a hit, and Ramos is aboard with a 2-out single. That'll bring up the catcher, Patrick Bailey. For those of you who are new to our channel, we usually do the late night games featuring the NPB. We've not been doing a lot of that in the last month or so, so we are going to be picking up the pace and picking up the slack here in the next few days, and hopefully you can be around to join us. Do another one tomorrow, but it'll probably be in the daytime, and we're not sure which one we're going to do yet. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side. The count is quickly 0-1 to Patrick Bailey. Bailey batting from the left side. He has a .278 batting average with 7 homers and 32 runs driven in. Right-hander Knack leans in, gets the sign, and he works himself to the belt. Here's the pitch. There's a changeup that just misses low, and the count goes even to 1-1 on Bailey. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Lots of trade rumors swirling with just over 9 days or so to go till the deadline. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 2-1. Very interesting move yesterday after the ball game. James Paxton picked up his 8th win for the Dodgers against 2 defeats, and he got DFA'd after the ball game last night. So I'm sure that he will find a landing spot somewhere. But it is a 2-1 pitch on the way here to Bailey. It's a fastball swung on, lifted into shallow right field. Drifting back on it is Lux, but he's going to get called off by Hayward, who makes the catch. And that's going to do it here for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs in the inning, 1 hit by the Giants. No errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're through a half inning. It is the Giants, no score. The Dodgers coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll try to get the cobwebs off of our computer. And hopefully you guys can stay with us for bottom half of the 1st inning when we return after this. Appreciate you guys for being here tonight. Hang tight. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the order coming up for the Dodgers. It'll be Ohtani, Smith, and Freeman. We're going to give you the batting order for these clubs here tonight, as we were a little bit slow out of the gate. Leading off for the Dodgers in inning number 1 will be Shohei Ohtani. Will Smith will bat second. He's doing catching. Hitting third is Freddie Freeman. He's at first base. Oscar Hernandez is in the cleanup spot in left field. Batting fifth is Gavin Lux at second base. Hitting sixth is Andy Paes. He is in center field with the right fielder Jason Hayward batting seventh. Batting eighth is Kevin Biggio. He's playing third base for the Dodgers. And hitting ninth is Kiki Hernandez, the shortstop. And it is Jordan Hicks on the mound here, the hard-throwing right-hander for the Giants tonight. Here comes the first pitch delivered to Ohtani, and it's a 93-mile-an-hour fastball that swung on and missed. Count is quickly 0-1. I have to say that fastball had a lot of late life. Looked like it was coming right down the chute, and it darted away from Ohtani right at that last instant. Here comes the 0-1. There is a breaking ball that just misses outside. The count now runs even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Ohtani batting .313 on the year with 30 homers and 70 runs driven in, as he takes a breaking ball that just misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to the Dodgers star. Hicks, the longtime reliever, now switched starters, enjoying himself a fine season as that ball's popped foul into the seats down the left field line. Count is now 2-2. He was in the Toronto Blue Jay bullpen last year, was Hicks. Began his career with the St. Louis Cardinals and raised a lot of eyebrows in the offseasons when he was signed by the Giants, and it was stated loud and clear that they were going to convert him into a starter. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 3-2 to Ohtani. Three balls and 2 strikes, as the big left-handed hitting Japanese star waiting here on the offering from the right-hander Jordan Hicks, as he holds himself set at the belt. And now he kicks and fires. It's another breaking ball swung on and another one lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats on the third base side of home plate. The count is now going to remain at 2-2 to Ohtani. As we mentioned earlier, we have not been delivering as many games in the NPB as we anticipated this year. Just a lot of things on our plate and quite busy, not able to get enough time to get some stuff done. There is a breaking ball waved at and missed, and Otani is in the books for the first out of the innings. So one up and one away for the Dodgers. And that is going to bring Will Smith to the plate. Our late night stuff, and we are going to be doing some NPB games this week. It'll be 9 o'clock Pacific, midnight Eastern on the Friday and Saturday night games. We'll post those to our schedule here in the next 24 hours or so. So for those of you who are interested in Japanese baseball, we will be back on the air again. Fastball delivered to Will Smith, swung on and fouled away. The count is quickly 0-1. Smith batting from the right side. Got a 268 batting average with 15 homers and 56 runs batted in. As he waggles the bat, waiting on the pitch now from Hicks, who holds set at the belt. And he kicks and fires. It is a fastball that is swung on and fouled away yet again, and it's now 0-2. His fastball has a ton of movement to it. I don't remember seeing that out of the bullpen when he was throwing for the Cardinals. He was bringing pitches up well over 100 miles an hour, but now that they've stretched him out into a starter, the velocity has, as expected, diminished. There's a breaking ball that misses way outside. The count is 1-2 to Smith. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Dodgers are slowly starting to get healthy, and we were saying that is probably one of the reasons why James Paxton has been expendable, or at least why they made him expendable, is that fastball swung on and fouled away. Count is 1-2. But I would have to think that Paxton will be of value to somebody coming down the stretch here. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Smith as the right-hander Hicks holds at the belt. Checks the runner, and now he kicks and delivers. Breaking ball misses down and away, and the count is 2-2. If I had to say something right out of the gate, pitch efficiency would be something on the docket that I'd have to look at here with Hicks. Is he going to be efficient with his pitches here tonight? There's an offering. There is a breaking ball that's taken for a called third strike. Oh, Will Smith didn't like that call, and he let the home plate umpire know as he turns and walks away. That pitch looked like it was almost on the white chalk of the left-handed batter's box. Is going to retire Smith for the second out. Sometimes it's hard to see when you do have the different angles, but the pitch looked like it was well off the outside corner. I'm sure there's going to be an interesting conversation with Smith comes behind the plate in the next half inning. First pitch to Freddie Freeman's a breaking ball taken for a called strike in the outside corner. The count is 0-1. Giants Dodgers from Chavez Ravine, July 23rd, as we are giving you the live commentaries. There's a breaking ball that's down in the dirt, but it has hit Freeman in the back foot, and he's on his way to first base. So 2 strikeouts and now a hit by pitch. Has put the runner on first with 2 gone. That's going to bring up left fielder Teoscar Hernandez. Hernandez opened the series last night going 3 for 4. He's got a 268 batting average on the year with 21 homers and 67 runs driven in. Right-hander against the right-hander. Hicks holds himself to the set. Now he delivers. Breaking ball misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Hernandez. This is his 4th team at the major league level. He started his big league career with the Houston Astros. Moved him to Toronto, and then he spent last season in Seattle as there's a fastball that darts across the plate, taken for a called strike. The count now goes even at 1-1. This is his first year in a Dodgers uniform for Teoscar. Currently, he has a 16-game on-base streak. There's another fastball that this time misses low and away, and the count is 2-1. I remember Greg Maddux saying a number of years ago that you have to make your fastballs or your strikes look like balls and your balls look like strikes. Well, I think that would be a category that Jordan Hicks would fit into, as there is a fastball that goes off the glove of Patrick Bailey all the way to the backstop. And Freddie Freeman is going to get to second on the pass ball. We'll look at that one again. I'll check that. It will be a wild pitch. I think the official score would probably have to say, and we'll go with that again. I don't really like that. That's where the catchers are on one knee. There was no attempt by Bailey to move to block the ball. It was pure backhand. As that fastball misses down, it's now 3-1 to Hernandez. And check that. That looks like it's going to be ball 4 as Hernandez is going to take his base. So he's got himself a walk. That's going to put runners at first and second. I'll bring Gavin Lux up to the plate. I don't know if they intentionally put him on or what that situation was. It just sort of skipped on us there. But either way, Hernandez aboard with a walk. And the first pitch delivered to Gavin Lux is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. Lux batting .222 on the year, 5 homers and 27 runs driven in. But his numbers do increase when he has runners in scoring position. There's a fastball that misses in, and the count now goes to 1-1. He's batting an even .300 with runners in scoring position, and that's what he has here right now, with 2 away in the bottom half of the first inning. Hicks checks the runner at second, which is Freeman. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball waved out and missed. Now the count goes to 1-2 on Lux. And you'd have to think that the Dodgers are going to be buyers at the deadline, as there's been lots of talk around baseball of what chips are going to fall, who would be a nice rotation piece, who would be a bat that they might want to bring into their lineup for the pennant run here, as everything is going to have to take place over the next 7-8 days. And there's a ball that's in the dirt. It gets away from Patrick Bailey. It squirts over to the first base side. Another wild pitch. It's going to even the count to 2-2. But both the runners, Freeman and Hernandez, move up a base on the wild pitch by Jordan Hicks. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Lux, with runners now at second and third. 2 gone here in the bottom half of the first inning. "24 pitches already here for the Giants right-hander. He kicks and delivers. Breaking ball swung on. This ball is going to be lined into right field. It's into the corner. It's going to be trouble. It's going to be extra bases, and a couple of runs are going to score. Lux is digging for 2. He's heading around second into third, and he's going to be hosed, trying to stretch it into a triple. So it's going to be officially scored as a double for him, and the putout, it looks like, is going to be 9-4-3 on the relay, as he is going to be gone for the third out of the inning. But the damage has been done. The Dodgers get a pair of runs in the bottom of the first. There was 2 runs on 1 hit. There was no errors, and there was nobody left aboard. The score as we move to the top of the second, it is the Dodgers 2 and the Giants no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action after this. Appreciate you guys for listening in tonight.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. That's right, everybody. We've got ourselves a 2-0 lead for the Dodgers as we move to the top of the second. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Matt Chapman, Michael Conforto, and Tyler Fitzgerald to come to bat here in the second inning for the Giants, as the Dodgers have jumped out to a 2-0 lead on a 2-run double by Gavin Lux. It'll be Chapman striding to the plate, who's batting .232 on the season. He's got 13 homers and 43 runs batted in. And the first pitch to him is a 94-mile-an-hour fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. 20 pitches in the first inning for Knack, as he was a little bit better than his counterpart, as that is a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is even at 1-1. As we said, Knack had a pretty good start to his 2024 campaign. The last couple of starts have been a little bit rocky. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-2 on Chapman. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Knack rocking into the windup, and he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Chapman. Chapman enjoyed last season with the Toronto Blue Jays. It is his first in a Giants uniform. As the right-hander delivers, it's a fastball that is a check swing fouled away. It looks like it caught the end of the bat. Chapman was very lucky there. We'll get the replay on that one. And it was exactly right off the end of the bat. Count is 2-2 to Chapman. Interesting to see how the Dodgers are going to shape up here. And not just the Dodgers, but also the Giants are going to make themselves a run. There's going to be some healthy bodies coming back for them as well. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and Chapman is in the books for the first out of the inning. Think of the pitching staff with Alex Cobb, Robbie Ray. There is some others that are ready to make their returns. The Giants could be a very interesting team to watch down the stretch as well. So 1 gone here as the left fielder Michael Conforto stands, and he takes a 95-mile-an-hour fastball outside for ball 1. Count is 1-0. Conforto hitting .227 on the year, 10 homers and 39 runs driven in. As there's a fastball taken at the knees on the inside corner, and the count runs even to 1-1. If Landon Knack can live there, he is going to be very, very effective. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Knack kicks and delivers. It's a break ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is. The left-handed hitting left fielder of the Giants. Back working quickly, swings at a fastball and lifts that one foul, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Knack gets himself a new baseball, but before he delivers, it'll be Michael Conforto asking for his 1 timeout, to which he has been granted. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Conforto. Pitch on the way. It is a changeup that misses down. It's now run the count full to 3-2. No action in the NPB tonight, as they had the All-Star games the last couple of nights. There is a changeup waved at and missed. Conforto's in the books. That's the second strikeout of the inning here for Knack. That will bring up the shortstop, Tyler Fitzgerald. As we mentioned, our NPB games, we have not done a whole ton, but we are going to run out a couple of this weekend. So if you're around on the late night Saturday and Sunday games, North American Friday, Saturday time, we will be on the airwaves. Fastball misses down and away to Tyler Fitzgerald. It's now 1-0. Fitzgerald batting .299 on the year, 5 homers and 11 runs batted in, as he takes a fastball for a called strike, and the count runs even to 1-1. Fitzgerald had some at-bats during the season last year for the Giants. As he swings at a fastball, he lifts this one down the left field line. If this ball stays fair, it's going to be trouble, and this one is gone. A home run for Fitzgerald as he drives that one into the seats. A solo shot here with 2 out in the top of the second has cut the Dodgers lead now to 2-1. He absolutely turned on that and obliterated that one. That is going to be home run number 6 on the season for the Giants shortstop. And to wait to see if that was going to stay fair or not, but it was about maybe 10 rows to the right of the left field foul pole. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Mike Yastrzemski. And the first pitch to him is a breaking ball down in the dirt for ball one. What did Yastrzemski? Yastrzemski the other night was able to enjoy his 500th career hit. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on. This ball is grounded foul just past the bag at first base. The count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Yastrzemski. Again, the right-hander kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down. It's now 2-1 to Yaz. Milestone base hit for the former Vanderbilt collegiate player. As we said in yesterday's affair, there's another breaking ball down. The count now goes to 3-1. So very similar pattern to the first inning. Knack got the first 2 batters, then allowed a single. Here he got the first 2 hitters and allowed a home run. So trying to put that third out away to end the inning is proving to be a bit of a challenge. There's a fastball check swing, bounce in front of home plate. Yastrzemski gets down the line well. As it is picked up by Smith, he fires to first. It's going to go down as a ground out 2-3. That is going to finish it here for the Giants in their half of the second inning. They had 1 run on 1 hit. There was no errors, and there was nobody left aboard. Your score as we move to the bottom of the second, it is the Giants 2, the Dodgers 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Wraps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the second inning, and it's Andy Payas at the plate. He takes a first pitch fastball outside for ball 1. Count is 1-0. 25 pitches in the first inning for Jordan Hicks as he is facing the right-handed hitting Payas, and it is a fastball that swung on and fouled away. Count now runs even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to the Dodgers center fielder. It looked like that foul ball might have caught him off the knee or the shin on the way back. It had driven into the ground first, and then it came off of him. Our friend AS says, first time here you do an MLB, dig the shredding music in the background. Well, welcome, AS. We did quite a few last year. We've only done a couple this year, and we're going to do a few more during the week as we get back into the NPB saddle. But glad that you could be with us as the 1-1 is on the way. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count now goes to 1-2 on Payas. This is a bit of a problem. It is more along the lines of a time, but our time has going to allow us to be able to do some more games, at least until we head off to the land of the rising sun at the end of August. I have to update our tickers. It is now a 2-1 ball game, as the Giants have cut the lead in half based on that home run by Tyler Fitzgerald in the top of the second inning. Payas took that last pitch down in the dirt. Count is 2-2 to him. Here comes the Jordan Hicks offering, and it is a breaking ball down. They appeal over to the first base umpire, and they say that Payas did go around. He is going to be gone for out number 1 here, and it's going to be the third strikeout tonight for Hicks. We welcome our friend AS to the stream. We're glad that you are listening in with us tonight. I didn't know how many people we'd get on this. As we said, we haven't done a bunch of games in a while, and figured, well, we got to get some practice in before we get into our late night stuff once again. So why not this one here tonight? Here's the first pitch delivered to Jason Hayward. It's a fastball that misses inside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Hayward hitting 203 on the season with 5 homers and 22 runs driven in. As the right-hander kicks and fires, it's a changeup that floats up and away for a ball, and the count now goes to 2-0. As I said before earlier, what was really impressive to me is the amount of movement on the pitches of Jordan Hicks. If he could get a command of his pitches tonight here, he could be absolutely lethal. As that breaking ball misses down and in, and the count now goes to 3-0 on Hayward. So 3 balls and no strikes. Yeah, says balls are flying on the West Coast tonight. Strohs and A's already have 5 bombs. As that fastball is taken for a called strike, and the count is now 3-1. I was a little undecided on which West Coast game I'd be looking at tonight, as the Dodgers and the Giants, of course, here on this one. Fastball misses down. It's going to be ball 4. It's the second free pass issued tonight by Hicks, as Hayward is going to make himself his way to first base. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Kevin Biggio. Tomorrow, I'm leaning toward more something in the daytime, because tomorrow evening I've got something else I've got to take care of. But I'd like to squeeze some type of game in the mid-afternoon. Here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike. 0-1 to Biggio. Also looked at the possibility of the Mariners-Angels game. But I might even consider something in the morning. There's a fastball swung on, grounded softly over to third. Chapman fields it. He goes to second. Sliding in hard and breaking up the double play was Jason Hayward. A couple of words delivered there. I'm not sure. The way they had the shift on it looked like it was almost like the shortstop was taken to the bag there. Tyler Fitzgerald, as they had slid the second baseman, Tyro Estrada, well into the 4-hole. So a very strange fielder's choice, 5-6 putout for the first out of the inning. Biggio safe at first. That's going to bring Kiki Hernandez to the plate. And the first offering to Hernandez is a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Hernandez batting 196 on the year, 6 homers and 17 runs batted in. He gets the start at shortstop tonight, as the right-hander Hicks holds a set at the belt. Now the pitch on the way. Breaking ball swung on and hit foul down the third base line, and the count now is no balls and 2 strikes to Hernandez. Can't recall Hernandez sporting the goggles that he is right now. We saw him with the Red Sox last time. I don't think that was part of his repertoire. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Hicks with the slide step. And that's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 1-2. He was quick to the plate that time. Biggio, only a couple of stolen bases on the season. He can run once in a while, but he's not really a threat. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. As the right-hander delivers. Fastball taken for a called third strike, and Hernandez doesn't like the call. It's the second time the Dodgers tonight been unimpressed with the home plate umpire, and that is going to do it here for out number 3. Well, we had no runs in the inning. There was no hits. There were no errors, and there was a runner left aboard. We are now through 2 complete innings. Your score is the Dodgers 2 and the Giants no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Perhaps Baseball YouTube channel.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters coming to bat for the Giants in inning number 3. That means Thairo Estrada, Jorge Soler, and Lamont Wade Jr. to face the right-hander Landon Knack, who is coming out for his 3rd inning. The first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Estrada. Estrada batting .219 on the year, 9 homers and 43 runs driven in, as he takes a breaking ball down and away, and the count runs even to 1-1. Saying one of the things that is of note for both of these pitchers is pitch efficiency. As 40 pitches through the first 2 innings for Knack is not going to put him in a position to be around here long. Fastball swung on it, is grounded to third. It takes a wicked hop, goes up in the air, fielded by Biggio. He throws to first, and it's not going to be in time to get the batter Estrada. I think that's going to go down as an error. We're going to have to wait and see what the official decision is. But regardless, it is Estrada aboard at first here with nobody out. That is going to bring up the designated hitter, Jorge Soler, as the right-hander Knack works himself to the belt and now delivers a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is quickly 1-0. Soler tonight is 0 for 1. He flew out to center field his only time up. He has got his average at .223 with those 11 homers and 34 runs driven in. As Knack works himself to the belt, here comes the pitch. Breaking ball that just misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-0. I wonder at what point in time we're going to start to hear some talk from the Dodger dugout. The home plate umpire tonight, and this one here for us, has been calling the pitches down, but he's not been calling the pitches up. It is Stu Sherwater, the Canadian from Saskatchewan, behind the plate, as that breaking ball is swung on and fouled away, and the count is 2-1. Mark Carlson, the umpire at first base. Jacob Metz is at second, and Dan Merzel is the third base umpire. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is here to Soler, as the right-hander Knack works himself again to the belt. Here comes the pitch. Fastball at 93 that misses upstairs. The count now goes to 3-1. Well, as we mentioned before, Sherwater in that first inning called Will Smith out on strikes. And then he was nailing Kiki Hernandez in the second. So the Dodgers are not going to be happy with some of those, especially when they go back and have a look at them. As that fastball is swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Soler. One of the things that you can see is, even though they put the screen or they put that K-zone on the television, players sometimes have different angles, and you can definitely get the up-down. And they're going to notice that both of those pitches to Smith and Hernandez were down. It was a breaking ball that is waved at and missed by Soler. He's in the books for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 gone, and that is going to bring up Lamont Wade Jr. Or check that, 1 gone with the runner at first. As we went to go back to check, they have in this one here ruled that as an error on Kevin Biggio. So Estrada on a board with the via the error, as that first pitch is a changeup missing upstairs to Lamont Wade Jr. Wade Jr. flew out to right field his first time up. He is 0 for 1 this evening. Hit that ball right to the warning track as it was run down by Jason Hayward in the first inning. Knack works himself to the belt. Here comes the pitch. Fastball misses well off the plate at 94, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Wade Jr. You can almost see that this game is going to, just the way that this is happening, you're going to see that there's going to be some upset players if this game stays close. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And there is a changeup that just misses down. That's probably a better pitch than what some of the Dodger players got that were called strikes. It's now 3-0 here to Lamont Wade Jr. So 3 balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch from Knack. It is a fastball that misses down for ball 4. And he's on his way to first. That is going to put runners at first and second with 1 gone. And it's going to bring Helio Ramos to the plate. For Ramos, he has one of the 2 giant hits tonight. He had a single back in inning number 1. It's not been easy for either of the 2 starters, Knack or Hicks. They've not been able to get command of their pitches so far in this one. Ramos has pulled his batting average up to 290 on the year with that single back in inning number 1. He's got 14 homers to go with 46 runs driven in. The right-hander Knack checks the runner at second and now delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul just past the bag at third base. 2 balls and 1 strike to Ramos. As mentioned, we'll give another game tomorrow. We'll have to look at the calendar and see what is going to fit in. Probably more than likely something in the daytime. As the pitch is on the way, it is a fastball that misses inside. The count runs even to Ramos at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike as Knack works himself again to the belt. He checks the runner at second and now delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on, taps slowly back to the pitcher. Knack fields it, throws it in the dirt, and a nice pick over at first base by the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. It's going to be a ground out 1-3. It advances Estrada over to third and Lamont Wade Jr. to second. It'll bring up the catcher, Patrick Bailey, but boy, Knack was making it exciting as Freddie Freeman had to do his job and get into the dirt to pick that one. It's going to bring Patrick Bailey to the plate. Bailey hitting, under tonight's fray, hitting 278. He flew out his first time. We'll just have a little pause here as Will Smith is going to have himself a mound visit to Knack. They do have Matt Chapman on deck, so maybe they want to discuss how they're going to pitch to the switch hitting catcher of the Giants. If I had to make a pick or make an observation of what game I might consider doing tomorrow, as I look a little early on, possibly the Reds and Atlanta might be something to do with the early one. It's a day-night doubleheader. Breaking ball misses down, and the count is a 1-0 to Patrick Bailey. I often look at the pitching matchups. Who do I want to see? And, of course, which teams are playing. So that would also play as a part of that as well. Maybe the Angels and the Mariners with Canning and Castillo on the mound could be of interest. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count goes to 1-1. I'd like to see who the Twins are going to run against Aaron Nola tomorrow. That would be interesting. The Phillies and the Twins. That would be in the morning on the West Coast, or 1:10 on the East Coast, as that is a fastball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Patrick Bailey. Knack rocks into the windup. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 2-2. I find it fascinating how on pitches, one pitch in the dirt, and the ball is immediately discarded out of the game. As the right-hander kicks and delivers a fastball that misses upstairs, it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Patrick Bailey. Runner at second is Wade Jr. Runner at third is Estrada, and here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on, lifted into left center field. Moving over to his right with plenty of room is Andy Payas. And he's going to make the catch, and that is going to do it. That'll end it here for the Giants. They threaten, but they don't score. No runs in the inning, no hits. There was an error, and there were 2 runners left aboard. Your score as we move to the bottom of the third. It is the Dodgers 2 and the Giants 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. From our friend, Steve Rademacher. And after the game, be sure to go check out his channel. Steve has got some entertaining things for you. We'll be right back.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving ourselves to the last half of the third inning. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action. It is Giants and Dodgers when we return. Welcome back, everybody. Shohei Ohtani, the top of the order. Will Smith and Freddie Freeman to face Jordan Hicks. The first couple of pitches, it is a 2-1 count here to Ohtani, as Hicks has fallen behind in the count. As the pitch is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes to 2-2. To get up and get ourselves a drink as we are fighting the raspy voice here tonight. So hopefully anybody who listens on the delay can appreciate that as well. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ohtani as the right-hander Hicks holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and missed, and that's the second time tonight Ohtani has gone down on strikes against Jordan Hicks. So 1 up and 1 away here in inning number 3, and it'll bring up the catcher Will Smith. That is the 5th strikeout tonight recorded by Jordan Hicks, as he has been absolutely electric. He had 40 pitches through his 2 innings of work. As the right-hander delivers a breaking ball over for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Smith batting from the right side, 0 for 1 tonight. He was called out on strikes in his first at-bat. There's a fastball that just misses down, and that's where both teams would probably start to get a little excited, as that pitch looked like it was a pretty decent pitch down in the zone, and Really, Stu Sherwater so far has not been consistent tonight for calling that particular pitch. Fastball misses upstairs. The count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Will Smith. Right-hander kicks and delivers. There's a fastball at the knees, taken for a called strike, and then all the count goes to 2-2. And again, Will Smith having some conversation with the home plate umpire. And you really have to say that's got to be the case, because the pitch earlier in the count was a similar height, and he had called it a ball. There's a fastball down, and the count now goes to 3-2. Now, in fairness, the home plate umpire, there is a ton of movement coming out of the hand and on that ball from Jordan Hicks. So it's not an easy pitch to call. You're going to have to hang in there with it, maybe even read the glove a little bit more. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow center field. Coming in on it and with plenty of room is Ramos, and he makes the catch. That is going to retire Smith for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that'll leave it up to the first baseman, Freeman. Well, for Freeman, he was hit in the foot his first time up. It was a back foot breaking ball that clipped Freddie, and he got to first base, and they eventually came around to score the first run for the Dodgers on a 2-run double by Gavin Lux. And the first pitch to Freeman is a 94-mile-an-hour fastball under the hands for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Freeman enjoying himself another fine season. You got to start thinking that Hall of Fame conversations for Freeman have got to be coming soon, as that fastball misses down and the count goes to 2-0. If they're not already started now. Freeman put together some solid years in Atlanta, and he's not skipped a beat in Los Angeles. Here's the 2-0 offering as Hicks delivers. It's a breaking ball into the back foot again, but this time it didn't hit Freeman. It's now 3-0. So a very eerily start to this inning, as it was in the first inning, with a couple of quick outs. And then Freeman was able to get himself on base. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now is 3-1. One of the things I'm not a big fan of is the way that the catchers are receiving the ball these days, and the way they're yanking the glove around. That pitch was at knee height, and the catcher raised it up into the zone. I get it when you've got the umpires, the automatic umpires, as that pitch is fouled away. But to the human umpires who are calling the game, it's difficult enough. I was used to say, don't pull the window shade down and take the ball from letter height down into the strike zone. And you see a lot of the cases that they're working from the ground up, and they really bring the ball up a lot. There's a fastball that misses inside. It's going to be ball 4, as Freeman's going to be aboard with a 2-out walk. So both pitchers tonight finding it difficult to be able to retire the side 1-2-3. We said Landon Knack in his first 2 innings retired the first 2 batters and then allowed hits each of those. And then for Jordan Hicks here, also a very similar situation. But now we've got time. As the manager, Bob Melvin, is heading out with the trainer, they're coming out to talk to Jordan Hicks. So obviously they've seen something here that might be going on. We may have ourselves an injury, and we may have ourselves a pitching change. So let's see what happened. There's a adamant conversation going on between Melvin and Hicks and the trainer, as Patrick Bailey is acutely listening in. So that looks like it's going to be it. They're going to leave him in. So I don't know if that's going to be a charged trip to the mound or not. We haven't seen the indication from Sherwater, but I believe it was an injury check. No communication necessary, or no translator necessary on that one. So Hicks is going to stay in the ball game. That's going to bring Teoscar Hernandez to the plate. And for Hernandez tonight, he has walked and scored a run in his only trip to the plate. Batting .268 on the year with the 21 homers and 67 runs driven in. Right-hander Hicks gets his sign from Patrick Bailey as Hernandez is waggling the bat, waiting here on the offering. And instead, they throw over to first base, and diving back in time is the runner Freddie Freeman. As we mentioned, the Dodgers opened the scoring in the first inning after a pair of strikeouts. Freeman was hit by the pitch, and Hernandez walked, and Gavin Lux doubled home a pair of runs, but it was eventually thrown out trying to stretch it to a triple, giving the Dodgers a 2-0 lead. It was Tyler Fitzgerald answered in the second inning with a solo shot off of Landon Knack, and that's where we stand at 2-1 here in the bottom of the third. Right-hander Hicks holds to the set position. Here comes the pitch. Kicks and fires. Fastball, take it for a called strike. There is another pitch. That would be number 3 that looked down. Well, if Stu Sherwater is going to be there all game long, then you better be ready to hit. Again, they throw over to first base, and again, diving back is Freddie Freeman. So now in that situation, you've got Freeman probably going to extend himself maybe a little further lead here. That's 2 throws over. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball down in the dirt. Good stop there by Bailey as he keeps it in front of the plate. Runs the count even to 1-1. As I said earlier, I don't expect either of these 2 starting pitchers to be much past the 5th inning if they can even get there at all. Their pitch efficiency has not been very good here tonight. And that's despite the fact they get an early first couple outs in the inning. They just can't seem to put that third one away. And the pitch on the way, the 1-1, it is a fastball swung on and tap foul over on the third base side of home plate. Our friend AS says some of the umps are terrible. Jordan Baker, pretty sure he's on the same crew. The guy's way too tall to be calling balls and strikes. I've seen enough of Jordan Baker to give you an assessment of that. Sometimes there's guys that are really good balls and strike umpires. As there is a fastball that misses outside. Count now goes to 2-2 on Hernandez. Baker's not on this crew. It's Carlson at first, Jacob Metz at second, and Dan Mertzel is the third base umpire. Although Baker could be on the crew, but maybe he is sometimes sick or ill. The Major League umpires also get a week of vacation during the year. As that breaking ball misses down and away, and the count goes to 3-2. I never knew that up until about maybe 15 years ago, and I understood that the umpires had negotiated a 1-week holiday at some point during the year. Well, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Freddie Freeman's going to be on the move here. Here comes the pitch from Hicks. And it is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and that is going to be ball 4. That is going to allow Hernandez to reach first base. That is going to put Freddie Freeman over to second. And it's going to bring Gavin Lux to the plate, who's done all the damage tonight for the Dodgers. For Lux, it was his 2-run double back in the first inning with 2 gone. So he steps up pretty much in the same situation, except the runners were at second and third when he came up his last time because of the wild pitches from Jordan Hicks. There's a fastball swung on it. It's tapped softly back to the pitcher. Hicks fields it. He jogs over to first, flips it underhand to the first baseman, Wade Jr., and that is going to do it. It's a ground out 1-3 to end the inning. And that will do it here for the third in the Dodgers. Well, they threaten, but they don't score. No runs in the inning. There were no hits, no errors, and 2 runners left the board. We're now through 3 complete at Chavez Ravine. Your score is the Dodgers 2, the Giants 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action right after this.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to come to bat for the Giants here in inning number 4. That means it is going to be Matt Chapman, Michael Conforto, and Tyler Fitzgerald to face the right-hander Landon Knack, who delivers a first pitch breaking ball for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1 to Chapman. Chapman 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his only time up back in the second inning as the right-hander kicks and delivers a breaking ball that misses way upstairs. The count now goes to 1-1. Chapman, with his 13 homers and 43 runs driven in on the season, has given the Giants a middle-of-the-order hitter with some pop. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-2. And look at the Giants with some pop in the stick. Soler at the top of the order has got 11 bombs. Breaking ball misses outside. The count now goes to 2-2. And then you've got Ramos with 14 in the 3 spot. Chapman with 13. Michael Conforto, who is up next, has got himself 10. And there's a few others that are approaching the 10 mark. So that fastball just misses inside and moves Chapman off the plate. That's going to run the count to 3-2. They have come inside on Chapman tonight in his last at bat, he had checked his swing, but took it off the knob of the bat as the ball had run inside. Here's the 3-2. Fastball waved out and missed, and that's going to retire Chapman for the first out of the inning. The second time tonight he's gone down on strikes. That'll bring up the left fielder, Michael Conforto. 2-1 in the house tonight. We welcome you and thank you for stopping by. Hopefully you'll be in with us on the weekend for some Japanese ball. We're getting ourselves back into the saddle here as we'll be doing some more games over the next little bit. So hopefully you guys can make it in here with us. Here comes the pitch. It is a first pitch changeup taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1 to Conforto. Conforto 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up, batting .227 on the year. As the pitch is on the way, and it is a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count goes even to 1-1. As we said, we are going to do another one tomorrow, probably early in the day, as it is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Conforto. Conforto will be followed by Tyler Fitzgerald here in the top of the 4th. Knack rocks into the windup, and he kicks and delivers a fastball that catches the upper part of the zone, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Conforto. That's the one thing with umpires. You're hoping that you can get consistency, at least low in the zone, up in the zone. You prefer that they're not calling those pitches, and tonight Stu Sherwater has really been giving it to the Dodgers. There's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now remains at 2-2 to Conforto. As we mentioned, no games in the NPB tonight. As the All-Star games went off the last couple of evenings, it'll be NPB action for us on Friday evening. Fastball swung on, grounded to second, fielded by Lux. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Conforto. That's a ground out 4-3. He's gone for the second out of the inning. It'll bring up the shortstop, Tyler Fitzgerald. Well, for Fitzgerald, he is 1 for 1 tonight. He hit that solo shot back in the second inning to cut the Dodger lead in half. That was his 6th home run of the season, and the pitch is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Fitzgerald getting the start at shortstop tonight. He's the first Giant player since 2004 to hit in 5 home run in 5 consecutive games. By doing that tonight, and the last one to do it was Barry Bonds. That fastball misses upstairs. 2-0 to Fitzgerald here. Here comes the offering from Knack as he rocks into the windup and delivers. Breaking ball missing down on the way. And now the count goes to 2. Check that to 3-0. Again, Knack getting himself into a problem, getting the first 2 outs. Now it's a fastball outside. That's going to be ball 4. And he has walked Fitzgerald. That has been the story tonight for both of these pitchers. They are able to get the first couple outs of the inning, and then they can't be able to bear down to get the third. And Fitzgerald is aboard with a 2-out walk, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Mike Yastrzemski. Kind of makes you wonder if fitness is an issue for these pitchers. If their fitness level was a little bit better, would they be able to close out the deal? There's a first pitch fastball swung on, and it's lifted into right field. Camping up underneath it is Jason Hayward. He's there. He's got room and makes the catch. And that is going to do it. That's going to retire Yastrzemski for out number 3. Well, the Giants in their half of the inning, they had no runs, no hits, no errors. There was one runner left aboard. We're now through 3.5. Your score is the Dodgers 2. The Giants 1. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Wraps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back in just a few. Here's our friend Steve Rademacher again.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game, really exciting, lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the bottom of the 4th inning, and coming up for the Dodgers will be Andy Pages, Jason Hayward, and Kevin Biggio. As it'll be number 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order to face the right-hander Jordan Hicks. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses well away for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. 65 pitches through the first 3 innings for the Giants right-hander as he gets his side from his catcher. I think both teams will be hoping for 5 innings out of their starters tonight. As there's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1. As we mentioned before, lots of movement from Hicks on his fastball, more movement than I can remember ever had in the coming out of the bullpen. Pitch is on the way. It is a changeup swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-2 on Andy Pages. So the right-hander works himself to the set. And here we go again. Here's the pitch. There's a breaking ball that misses down. It's now 2-2. Lots of talk in the trade department, as we said before, is Tariq Skubal is going to be one of the coveted pieces. Question is, will the Tigers move him, and for what ransom will they get for him? There's a lot of talk in Tigers camp a couple of years ago when they had Matthew Boyd, and they didn't move him. They didn't get anything for him, and they ended up losing him in free agency. There's a fastball that misses down to Pages, and it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. So I think Tiger fans, if they're going to move Skubal, you better get yourself a king's ransom. There's talk about maybe as much as would the Orioles give up Jackson Holiday. There's a fastball taken for a called 3rd strike. Oh, that's going to be the 3rd Dodger, actually 4th Dodger tonight, who's not really happy with the calls from home lane umpire Stu Sherwater, and that is going to retire Pages on strikes. That's certainly not getting your home call. Not only was it off the plate, we'll get to take a look at this. You can see the overhead cam. Shows that was almost in the other batter's box. Well, you are in LA, and maybe Sherwater's got some plans after the game. So there's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. By our count, that would be strikeout number 6 tonight for Jordan Hicks. Here's the pitch. It is a changeup that misses down. Count is 1-1. And that's exactly where the Giants would be ticked off a little bit, because that pitch, that last one, looked pretty good because they were getting some of those calls earlier. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's a breaking ball waved out and missed. Count goes to 1-2 on Hayward. So if you're a Dodger fan, you may feel a bit hard by in this one here tonight. Here comes the 1-2. Breaking ball down, and the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jason Hayward. As the right-hander works himself to the set. And the pitch is on the way. It is a breaking ball down, and it's now 3-2. Looks like the wave is in full effect at Chavez Ravine. Our friend AS says, as a Pirate fan, I could tell you they would have no issues moving on from Skubal. We trade away our good arms. There's a fastball swung on, and his tap foul over on the first base side. He says, I'm worried that Skeens won't play his full career as a Bucko. I think that Skeens, if they can't keep Garrett Cole, you can pretty much bank that they're not going to keep Paul Skeens. The Pittsburgh Pirates have been notoriously a cheap organization. I remember being in Pittsburgh a number of years ago. It would have been about 1984 or 85. As the 3-2 pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that just misses inside. And Jason Hayward's got himself a 1-out walk. And I remember I was in downtown Pittsburgh. I want to say it was 85 because I think Bruce Springsteen was in concert that year. And we were in a store, and there was a lady. She was adamant. She was like, if Bill Madlock gets traded away, I'm done with the Pirates. Of course, that was almost 40 years ago, so I'm sure she's probably done with the Pirates. And unfortunately, that has been their theme. They really don't keep their stars. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 1 ball and no strikes to Kevin Biggio. Biggio for 1 tonight. He bounced into a fielder's choice. As the right-hander works himself to the set, and instead they throw over to first base, and diving back in time is Hayward. I think of the Pirates not all that long ago with the outfield of Marte, Polanco, and McCutchen, and you thought that was going to be a outfield for years to come. Not one of those guys they were able to keep. Well, of course, McCutchen's back now, but some of his other years were with other teams. As that fastball missed down, it's now 2-0. And the pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs. It's now 3-0 to Biggio. He says, I was kind of with her when they didn't pay Cole, and he wasn't asking for a record-breaking deal either. Yeah, absolutely. They've had some guys in their arms. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. And, you think of Garrett Cole, but you also think of Joe Musgrove, Charlie Morton, all guys who started their careers, or I should say at least early parts of their careers with the Pirates. There's a fastball tap foul behind home plate. The count is now 3-2 to Biggio. So that would be utterly frustrating if you were a Pirate fan. Another one, Tyler Glasnow. Yes, absolutely. I think Meadows was in that deal as well, going to Tampa Bay. There's a fastball swung on it. Has popped up over on the third base side, racing over, giving chase by the Dodger dugout, but it's just going to slice in there as Matt Chapman runs out of real estate. That's going to keep the count at 3-2 to Biggio. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that the Pirates, of course, myself being a Tiger fan, and looking at that organization, the father was spending money on the team, being Mike Ilitch, but the son is not opening up the wallet. And I don't know if that has to do with the hole in the ground that once used to be, or is now the arena, where the Red Wings are playing. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 3-2 to Biggio. There was lots of talk that he wasn't spending because they wanted to pay that up, but the Red Wings are going to have themselves a potential playoff team next year. So there's going to be some money that he could possibly be spending. But there are some cheap organizations out there, and he's starting to put himself into that class. There's a fastball swung on it. It's going to be lined through the 4-hole in the right field. Rounding second and heading to third is Hayward. Biggio is going to stop with a single, and that is going to bring up Kiki Hernandez to the plate with runners on the corners and 1 gone. one would have to think that Jordan Hicks is not going to be around a whole lot longer here in this one. I think, as I said, if he can get to the 5th inning or through the 5th inning, it would be a big deal. Well, for Hernandez, he's 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out looking his first time up. His averages dipped to 195 on the year with the 6 homers and 17 runs batted in. As they throw over to first base and diving back in time, and now time has been called. Looks like that, I don't know if that's the pitching coach or if it's going to be Bob Melvin. Sean Hedgelli is up and throwing for the Giants. It is the pitching coach that has made his way to the mound, so Melvin will usually make that change. So Jelly getting ready in a hurry. AS said, yeah, we got a washed out Chris Archer in return. Yeah, you did. So one thing I got to say about Tampa Bay, I don't think I pick up the phone when Tampa Bay calls wanting to make a trade for arms. They usually are able to sell high. I mean, let's face it, Blake Snell gave the Padres a pretty good year last year, but David Price, when he got traded, he was never the same, going to Detroit, Toronto, Boston, the Dodgers. In a lot of ways, he was kind of, I don't want to say past his prime, but in a lot of ways, you want to run when the Rays are wanting to trade your arms. There's a bunt that is fouled away right at home plate by Kiki Hernandez. The count is 0-1, so it looked like a safety squeeze in play here. Hayward, the runner at third. Biggio, the runner at first. One gone here in the 4th. Hernandez gets himself reset. We'll take a look at that one again. It was the old safety squeeze that was in play. They were going to play that out to see how that worked. None of the runners were in motion. They were just taking their regular secondary leads. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away. Count now goes to 0-2 on Hernandez. I was talking about the Tampa Bay Rays, and unfortunately, as we said, if you're with Tampa Bay making trades for pitchers, I'm probably not pulling the trigger, although I'm curious to see how Glasnow is going to work out for the Dodgers long term. But you got to think Shane McClanahan will fall into that boat. There's a breaking ball waved out and missed, and Hernandez is in the books. He's gone for the 2nd out of the inning. That's going to bring up Shohei Ohtani with 2 on and 2 out. And for Ohtani tonight, he has struggled against the right-hander Hicks. He is 0 for 2, and both have been strikeouts. So Dodger fans are hoping 3-time is a charm for the slugger Ohtani. Ohtani's average has dipped to 311 on the season with those 30 homers and 70 runs driven in. 2 ducks on the pond for him here to try to extend the Dodger lead. 2-1 Dodgers are out front here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and the pitch on the way. Breaking ball swung on and fouled away. Count is quickly 0-1. Makes you wonder how many times you can go to the well against Shohei before he finally is able to get to the starter here. Here's the pitch. Fastball up and in, backs the big left-handed hitting Japanese star off the plate, and the count goes to 1-1. AS says he's laughing about Tampa Bay calling. Totally agree. Don't even pick up the phone. Absolutely. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. It's going to be trouble. It's down. It's going to be extra bases. Coming in to score is Hayward. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's not going to be in time. And that is going to be a 2-run double for Shohei Ohtani, as he has doubled the lead here for the Dodgers in inning number 4. You could see that was coming. As Biggio comes all the way around from first base to score, the throw was definitely not in time. And the Dodgers have now doubled their tally as they now have 4 runs on the 2-run double by Ohtani here in inning number 4. 4-1, the Dodgers now have the lead. And that will bring up Will Smith to the plate. And for Smith, he's 0 for 2 tonight. But before we get Will Smith coming to the plate, that is going to be the end of the line here for Jordan Hicks. We're going to have ourselves a pitching change. So hang tight, everybody. Otani is in at second base. He looks like he's coming to get a drink of water, as we do have a pitching change. So we'll be right back in just a few with all the action, and we'll give our thoughts about other things that are going on. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
We'll be right back in just a few. It is now 4-1 for the Dodgers in the bottom of the fourth inning. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be Sean Jelly coming into the ball game to take over in relief of Jordan Hicks, as he is going to be making his first offering to Will Smith. It's a 96-mile-an-hour fastball swung on and fouled away. Count is quickly 0-1 for Jelly. The 6'11" right-hander. Yes, you heard it, 6'11". He was originally a second-round pick from the University of Kentucky back in the 2018 draft. He's got a even 3-3 record this year for the Giants as he delivers a breaking ball down and away. The count is 1-1. He has worked 47 2/3 innings on the season. He's appeared in 33 ball games as the right-hander works himself set. Checks the runner and now delivers. Breaking ball that misses down. The count now goes to 2-1 on Smith. 48 hits in the 47 2/3 innings. He's allowed 24 runs, 22 of which have been earned. He's walked only 7 and struck out 49. So he presents a very unique angle. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. Oh boy, Will Smith is going to be really hard done by here tonight. Another pitch that looked like it was well off the outside corner. As I say, I think somebody forgot to tell Sherwater that the Dodgers were the home team tonight. They're sure not getting the home calls. There's a fastball swung on it. Is taken on one hop by the first baseman, Lamont Wade Jr. He knocks it down, picks it up, and wins the race to the bag easily. That's going to be a ground out to 3 for the third out of the inning. But the damage has been done. After a strikeout, a walk, a knock, another strikeout, a 2-run Otani double has driven in a pair. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 4 complete at Chavez Ravine. Your score is the Dodgers 4 and the Giants 1. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight, whether you listen live or on delay. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 9-1-2 hitters to come to bat here in inning number 5 for the Giants. That means Thairo Estrada, Jorge Soler, and Lamont Wade Jr. 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Dodgers, 1-2-0 for the Giants. As we are moving to the bottom of the 5th, halfway through this one, as we start this one here, Landon Knack on the mound for the Dodgers. As he is at 79 pitches through the first 4 innings, delivers a fastball that backs Estrada off the plate for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Estrada reached on an error by the third baseman Biggio to begin the 3rd inning, his last time up. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Stu Sherwater, the graduate of the 2006 Wendelstadt Umpire School down in Florida, as he has made his way to the big leagues. As that ball is a chop foul over on the third base side. The count now goes to 1-2. He has been in the big leagues for a few seasons. As that fastball misses upstairs, the count now is 2-2. It was Jim McKeon, I believe, the longtime Canadian umpire back in the 70s and 80s. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted over on the right side of the infield, moving over underneath it with plenty of room to make the catch is Lux. That is going to retire Estrada for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. It's going to bring up the designated hitter, Jorge Soler. And for Soler, he is 0 for 2. He has flown out to center field and struck out his 2 trips to the plate. The first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Soler. Right-hander rocks into delivery, and it is a breaking ball swung on, and this ball is going to be lifted foul down the right field line, and now Knack is ahead of the count at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. If you guys are listening to us south of the border, you may not be aware of this, and I'll give you something that you might be interested in. Is that breaking ball is swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-2 to Soler. Up in Canada, there's a station, as ESPN is the big sports station in the United States. Canada has a pair. It's TSN, the Sports Network, and Sportsnet. As that fastball misses upstairs, the count is now 1-2. Sportsnet has a show hosted by Jeff Blair, who used to be a reporter in one of the Toronto newspapers. And it is Jeff Barker, who was a former big league player with many of different big league teams. Breaking ball misses down. The count is now 2-2. And they have a podcast called Blair and Barker, appropriately so. And they have some very good guests that come on. One of the guests was Matt Stairs, the former big leaguer who played a number of seasons in the big leagues, and he was talking about hitting approach and different types of stuff. There was a fastball taken for a called 3rd strike. Oh, Soler stood there like the house by the side of the road. He watched it go by for out number 2. It's going to leave it all up to Lamont Wade Jr. Starting to say a little bit about Matt Stairs in his interview. He's talking about how the game has changed. He says he doesn't watch the game so much today, but he follows the game. He was talking about young hitters and their approaches at the plate and how you want to, things that you want to do as a hitter. And he said when he was with the San Diego Padres, the philosophy that management had and what he would have as a coach just weren't gelling together. Breaking ball catches the outside corner, and the count is 0-1. He doesn't think he could be a hitting coach in today's baseball. Just the way the game is being taught at the big league level. Fastball misses upstairs. The count is now 1-1. Certainly with the analytics and the people who are wearing the khakis making a lot of interesting decisions. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Wade Jr. Ack looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the night. He has 3 times the first 4 innings retired the first 2 batters he's faced. Pitch on the way. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Evens the count at 2-2 to Wade Jr. But a very interesting discussion from Stairs about approaches at the plate, 3-0, just swinging through pitches. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled straight back. The count remains at 3-2. In some ways, I almost think that there's some fad, or there's things that are like a fad. The catcher's off of one knee. We saw the positional players pitching up until this year or so. Fastball swung on and missed, and Lamont Wade Jr. goes down in the books. He's gone for out number 3. Landon Knack has done something he hasn't done tonight, and that is retire the Giants in order 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We're moving now to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Your score is the Dodgers 4 and the Giants 1. Stick around, everybody. I'll finish off what Matt Stairs was talking about in just a few minutes. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after these.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. That's right, everybody. It is going to be the bottom of the 5th when we return in just a couple moments. Hang tight. We'll be right back after these. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to come to bat for the Dodgers. That means Freddie Freeman, Teoscar Hernandez, and Gavin Lux. It'll be to face Sean Hidjelli, who's coming out for his second inning of work, or to start his second inning of work. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. By the looks of it, that'll be the end for Landon Knack, as he is getting upwards of 100 pitches tonight. As that fastball misses upstairs, the count goes to 1-1. So it'll be the battle of the bullpens from here on out. Fastball swung on, grounded softly over to second. Estrada fields it, throws to first, and Freeman is retired on a ground out 4-3. He's in the books for out number 1, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. For Hernandez tonight, doesn't have an official at bat. He has got a pair of walks in his 2 trips to the plate. He's also scored a run, as the first pitch from Jelly is taken for a fastball for a called strike on the outside corner. The count is quickly 0-1. Hernandez batting from the right side against the right-hander, who kicks and fires a fastball that misses outside, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Again, Jelly delivers. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Well, it looks like now, as Hernandez has asked for his timeout, looks like that there's probably 5 or 6 Dodger players who will feel aggrieved tonight. I wonder what the ump score on this one for Sherwater is going to be. I'd be curious tomorrow to take a look if you ever get a chance. Somebody's got a website where they grade the umpires based on the pitches that are perceived as missed. There is a breaking ball that misses down and away, but this is Angel Hernandez asked tonight by Sherwater. There's a fastball swung on it, is chopped over to short, fielded deep in the behind the bag by Fitzgerald, and it's not going to be in time to get Hernandez. That's going to be an infield single. So Hernandez is going to be aboard for the 3rd time here tonight. Ball was chopped. It looked like it was right off the plate, and it was Fitzgerald who had to move to the outfield side, or the outfield of the shortstop side of second base to field it. And the throw was not in time. It did take Lamont Wade Jr. off the bag, but they would have never got Hernandez. So an infield single for Teoscar, and that's going to bring up Gavin Lux to the plate. For Lux, he is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a double with a pair of RBIs. Takes a fastball upstairs for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. I think tonight at this point, the Dodger players are probably just kind of laughing a little bit because they can't believe the strike zone. That last pitch didn't look like it missed up. It looked like it missed well up. There's a fastball that misses way outside, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Sometimes you just have to laugh. You get into those situations as a player. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. As Jelly delivers. Fastball that misses inside. Count is now 2-1. That sure looked a lot better than the one that was up in the zone. And I'm not saying it because I'm not a Dodger fan or a Giant fan, but a fan of good baseball. And you want to see the game at least have some consistency. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Fastball swung on. This is going to be driven through the 4-hole into right field. Picking it up and firing in back door on Teoscar Hernandez, who rounded the base a little too far. Yastrzemski almost nails the runner. And that is going to be a base hit single here for Lux, and that puts runners at first and second. With 1 gone, it'll bring up the center fielder, Andy Pages. Teoscar rounded the bag there about 3-4 steps, and then they fired in behind him. Good heads up running there by Hernandez to get back to the base in time. So here comes the first offering from Jelly. Fastball swung on, tap foul over on the third base side. The count is quickly 0-1. So with that single by Lux, he's got a pair of hits here tonight against Giant pitching, and the Dodgers are certainly wanting to put some distance between them and the Giants. They have a 4-run lead here in the bottom of the 5th. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul over on the third base side. The count goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Has 0 for 2 tonight. He has struck out both of his trips to the plate. He's in the hole at 0-2. As the right-hander checks the runner at second. Now Jelly kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball, waved at and missed. And that is going to be strike 3, the third time tonight that Pages has gone down on strikes. So 2 away here in inning number 5, and that is going to bring up the right fielder, Jason Hayward. And for Hayward tonight, he has walked both of his trips to the plate. Last time he came around and scored a run on the 2-run double by Shohei Ohtani. So Jelly kicks and delivers a first pitch fastball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Hayward hitting from the left side. Waiting here on the offering from the right-hander, who kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on, taken on the line by the second baseman, Estrada, and that is going to do it. Hayward hit the ball right on the screws, but right to the second baseman, and that is going to do it for number 3. And that'll end the 5th inning. No runs in the inning. There were a pair of hits. There was no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. We're now through 5 complete. It is the Giants 4 and the Dodgers 4 and the Giants 1. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight, whether you listen live or on delay. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is three other games are going on around MLB right now. All the rest of the games are finals. The Angels in the bottom of the ninth inning are up 5-1 on the Seattle Mariners in Seattle. As that game is coming down to the wire, there's a couple outs there in that one. The Brewers are leading the Cubs 1-0 in the top of the ninth at Wrigley. And in the bottom of the eighth inning, it is 8-1 for the Athletics over the Astros. This game here is 4-1 for the Dodgers. We'll try to skip around and give you the other scores as we clip along. It's going to be Brent Honeywell Jr. Speaking of Tampa Bay Ray pitchers, it was where he began his career. He had a litany of arm injuries, but he is on to replace Landon Knack. And the first pitch from Honeywell Jr. is a breaking ball that is swung on and shot foul. And the count is 0-1 to Helio Ramos. Well, interesting. You got to give him some props. Honeywell Jr. has been a battler, and he has, as we said, a litany of arm injuries. As that breaking ball is a check swing that is ruled a strike by the first base umpire, and the count is now 0-2 to Ramos. We'll get a look at that, and the right call was certainly made there, in our opinion. Here comes the 0-2. Another breaking ball swung on, grounded to third, gloved by Biggio. He throws to first. Ramos is going to be retired on a ground out 5-3 for the first out of the innings. So 1 up and 1 away. It's going to bring up the catcher, Patrick Bailey. Continuing our tour of the out-of-town scoreboard, the Cardinals knocked off the Pirates tonight 2-1. Marlins beat the Orioles 6-3 at Minute Maid. 4-0, the Padres beat the Nationals in Washington. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and count is 1-0 to Patrick Bailey. In the Battle of New York, Mets knocked off the Yankees in the Bronx 3-2. Rays beat the Blue Jays 4-2 behind Tyler Alexander getting his third win of the year. Phillies beat the Twins 3-0 in Minnesota. Rangers knocked off the White Sox 3-2 as there's a fastball ticket for a called strike. The count now is even at 1-1 to Bailey. Diamondbacks went into Kansas City and beat the Royals. Watch out for the Diamondbacks. They're 2 games above 500, and they are rolling. Fastball swung on and fouled away. The count now goes to 1-2. They're getting their stuff together. Red Sox blanked the Rockies 6-0 in Colorado. Cooper Criswell evened his record on the season to 4-4. Now in as a final is that game between the Angels and the Mariners. 5-1. The Angels have won that one as that ball is swung on and shot foul behind home plate. Soriano got the win for the Angels, and Logan Gilbert took the loss. That is where that stands now. So just this game and a couple others still underway in the MLB as that breaking ball misses down in it, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Bailey. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to the San Francisco catcher, who's flown to center and flown to right. This is 2 trips, and he swings and taps a grounder up the middle, fielded on the backhand by Lux, who throws to first, and that is going to retire Bailey on a ground out 4-3. He's gone for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up the third baseman, Matt Chapman. You can really see why Brent Honeywell Jr. was the one-time prospect of the Rays. He is pretty smooth on the mound. It's unfortunately he has had a litany of arm injuries that has stunted his career. There's a first pitch fastball delivered to Matt Chapman that swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Chapman. There is a fastball taken on the outside corner for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Chapman. Chapman has already struck out twice in this ball game tonight. Here's the pitch from Honeywell Jr. Breaking ball swung on, lifted into left center field. Pages making his way over. He's got space and room, and he makes the grab. And that is going to do it as Chapman is going to be retired for out number 3, and that'll do it for the Giants in the 6th. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We're now moving to the last half of the sixth. Your score is the Dodgers 4 and the Giants 1. Hang with us, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you for jumping in tonight, whether you listen live or on delay. It is always fun to have you here. We'll be right back after these. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half of inning number 6, and coming to bat for the Dodgers will be Cavan Biggio, Kiki Hernandez, and Shohei Ohtani. So 8 and 9 and 1 in the batting order to come to bat here. And we'll be back in just a couple moments as we will continue all the action. Appreciate you guys for jumping in, whether you listen live or on delay. It's great to have you here with us tonight. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to come to bat here for the Dodgers, and there will be a pitching change for the Giants as Taylor Rogers will be the third pitcher used tonight by San Francisco. Rogers making his 41st appearance of the year, delivers a first pitch breaking ball that's taken inside for a ball. The first base umpire also agrees as the appeal went down his way. 1 ball and no strikes to Cavan Biggio, Hernandez, and Ohtani. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes even to 1-1 on Biggio. Check that. It is Chris Taylor who has entered the fray as he has replaced the third baseman. It's now Taylor here hitting, batting only $159 on the year. The veteran utility player swings through that one and is now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Taylor. Kiki Hernandez and Ohtani to follow here in the 6th inning, as we send Taylor Rogers, the third pitcher used by the Giants tonight. There's a fastball taken upstairs, runs the count now to 2-2. Another interesting statistic that I was thinking about is the all-time pinch hitter home run leader. We were talking about Matt Stairs earlier tonight. Fastball swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 2-2. Major League Baseball, Matt Stairs has 23 career pinch hit home runs. When you think of records that may or may not be broken, I think that record might stand. Just the way that the game has been played, where the designated hitters are there, there's no more pitchers batting. As that breaking ball misses inside, and the count now is 3-2 to Taylor. So Rogers versus Taylor here. Here comes the 3-2 offering. Pitch on the way. It is a breaking ball that is swung on, and it is grounded through the 6-hole past the diving Matt Chapman into left field, and Taylor's got himself a leadoff single. It's going to bring up the shortstop, Kiki Hernandez. And for Hernandez, he is 0 for 2 tonight, as he has struck out both his trips to the plate. Batting 194 on the year with those 6 homers and 17 RBIs. Rogers holds himself to the set. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and pop foul behind home plate. The count is 0-1. I was talking about Matt Stairs specifically, and I was saying about 23 home runs, pinch hit home runs in his career. And now with the without having to pinch hit for the pitchers, and where you have guys that are designated bats off the bench, those jobs are further and fewer between. Fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 0-2. The pitchers used to hit. You'd have guys that come off the bench that would be good pinch hitters in those situations. And Matt Stairs probably extended his career by 4 or 5 years just being able to pinch hit for the pitcher. Here's the 0-2. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 0-2. He was an interesting guy, that's for sure. When he was done, a lot of players just outright retire. They've had enough. They've seen it all. And he played for New Brunswick in the senior men's championships in Canada when he was in his late 40s. It was unbelievable. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. AS says, not going to lie, he misses the old National League rules. I like them too. I mean, when you get over to Japan and you see the Central League is still playing, the pitcher's hitting, there's a fastball that misses inside. Count goes to 2-2. You know, it's a part of the game that, you know, I understand that they want offense in the game, but I also like a good pitcher's duel. 3-2 ball game, a little bit of offense, a little bit of defense, a little bit of hitting. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is grounded past the bag at third base. Rounding second and heading to third is Taylor. Here comes the throw, and it is going to be in time. They're going to nail Taylor as he tried to go first to third. The ball took a crazy ricochet off the wall, came right to Michael Conforto. He threw a bullet right to Matt Chapman at third, and they were able to retire Taylor trying to go first to third. So it'll be a 7-5 putout. He'll be gone for the first out of the inning. Kike Hernandez, I didn't see if he moved up on the throw. Oh, I don't know if I like the tag there by Matt Chapman. That's not a great tag. I think I might want to be looking at that on review, although it does look like he got him because, well, in fact, Taylor never really got to the base. So I'm going to call that a single and advancing to second on the throw by Hernandez. See what they officially score that as. The first pitch to Otane swung on and fouled away. The count is 0-1. To see what the official score has up their sleeve on what they would call that one. As there is a fastball that misses, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. I guess they gave, that's pretty favorable scoring to give him a double. Certainly a single for sure. I think he would have went there on the throw myself. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is popped up behind home plate on the third base side. Giving chase is Patrick Bailey. Oh, and he collides with Matt Chapman, and they drop the ball. I'm not sure. They're talking to each other there, and that is definitely going to bring out the jeers from the Dodger fans, as that has given Shohei Ohtani second life. Oh, boy. Certainly the veteran Chapman. He's coming in. I'm not sure who is calling for what, but Bailey ends up off of his glove, and that ball ends up deflecting into the dugout. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Ohtani. So he's got second life. Probably Bailey would be the one at fault there, as Chapman has priority coming in. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is as Rogers checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball waved out and missed, and Ohtani goes down on strikes. So the mistake becomes moot, as he is going to be gone for the second out of the inning. Have to see if they charged an error on that one, and I do believe it would be a foul ball. They charged that to Matt Chapman. Oh boy. I don't know. It didn't look like Chapman hit his glove. It looked like it was off the glove of the catcher. So the first pitch is a fastball delivered for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Will Smith. Smith tonight 0 for 3, struck out looking, flown to center, and grounded to first in his 3 trips. As the lefty holds to the set, he checks the runner at second and now delivers Fastball misses up and away, and the count goes even to 1-1 on Smith. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, the Dodgers are up 4-1 on the Giants. Runner at second is Hernandez with 2 gone. Here comes the pitch from Rogers. Fastball swung on, grounded up the middle, fielded by Estrada, moving to his right. He throws to first. That is going to retire Smith. They ground out 4-3. Well, they threaten, but they don't score to the Dodgers. There was no runs in the inning. There were a pair of hits. There was one error, and there was one runner left aboard. We are now moving to the top of the 7th inning. Your score is the Dodgers 4, the Giants 1. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for listening in with us tonight on the Last Wraps Baseball YouTube channel. Whether you listen live or on delay, we appreciate you being here. We'll be right back after this. Ourselves a 4-1 ball game as we're moving to the top of the 7th inning. We'll be right back in just a few. It is the Giants and the Dodgers when we return. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters to come to bat for the Giants in inning number 7, as it is going to be Michael Conforto, Tyler Fitzgerald, and Mike Yastrzemski. We'll give a check here to see what is going to be going on for the Dodgers. If they still have Brent Honeywell on the mound or if they are going to the bullpen, it is still Honeywell. The first pitch is a breaking ball. I'll take it for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Conforto. Conforto has struck out and grounded out his 2 trips to the mound tonight, as the right-hander delivers a breaking ball that just misses down, and the count goes to 1-1. I think if I'm Will Smith, I'm not giving up on that pitch, because the calls tonight that have gone against the Dodgers have been frequent. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field. Moving back underneath it at the edge of the warning track is Hayward. He's there to make the catch. And that is going to retire Conforto for the first out of the inning. So 1 gone, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Tyler Fitzgerald. I was looking at Jeff Fry, former big leaguer, has an Instagram page, and we check that out on a regular basis. And I saw the other day that the Yankees were down 9-0 at one point. And Juan Soto had hit a triple. When he got to base, he was celebrating as he got to the bag. As the first pitch fastball is swung on, is grounded past the diving second baseman Gavin Lux into right field. And Fitzgerald is aboard for the 3rd time tonight as he's got himself a 1-out single. That goes along with his home run and walk. So he is aboard with 1 gone. That'll bring up Mike Yastrzemski to the plate. Just getting back to the comments I was making about Juan Soto. Soto had hit a triple against the Rays the other day. I think it was Tampa Bay who they were playing, and he got to 3rd and he was celebrating. And Jeff Fry had made the comment, I'm not sure what you got to celebrate when you're down 9-0. Individual performances or awards in a game where you're down by a bunch is not something to be celebrating about. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. Certainly the game has changed a little bit with some of the players and how they act and react to certain situations. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0 on Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski tonight has grounded out to the catcher, and he has flown to right. It was the old swinging bunt variety back in the second inning. As the 2-0 pitch is on the way from Honeywell, but instead they throw over to first. Getting back in time as the runner Fitzgerald. Pretty quick feet there by Honeywell. Fitzgerald can run a little bit. He's got 7 stolen bases on the year. As the right-hander holds set, here comes the pitch. Kicks and fires. It's a fastball. Take it for a called strike. And the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is. So here comes the 2-1 offering now from Honeywell. It's a fastball swung on. This was driven foul down the left field line as it slices into the seats about 20 rows to the left of the left field foul pole. The count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. Be more Japan action later in the week as the NPB will resume for us on Friday night, North American time, 9 o'clock on the Pacific Coast, midnight Eastern. We'll be doing the same thing all over again on Saturday, so hopefully you can be there with us. Fastball misses inside. The count now runs full to Yastrzemski. We'll be posting that up after tonight's ball game tonight and get that all set up. And on top of that, I'll also give you some more Major League action tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. Maybe even some more on the weekend as well. We'll have to wait and see. As that ball is thrown over to first base and diving back in time is Yastrzemski. Or check, that is Fitzgerald, as Yastrzemski has the full count here. So if I'm not mistaken, that is all there is left in Honeywell to throw over to first. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded up the middle, fielded by the shortstop on the run. They throw to first. That's going to be a 6-3 double play. That is going to end the inning. And that is a nice play by Hernandez, as he was able to get it, scoop it, step on the bag, and throw to first. So a double play, 6-3, and that will retire the Giants here in inning number 7. No runs in the inning, 1 hit, no errors, and there was nobody left aboard. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Your score is the Dodgers 4 and the Giants 1. Hang with us, everybody. We'll be back in just a few after this. Appreciate you guys for listening in with us tonight on the Last Drops Baseball YouTube channel. Right back, everybody, after this.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Drops Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters come back for the Dodgers, and they're half of the 7th inning. That means Freddie Freeman, Teoscar Hernandez, and Gavin Lux. We're talking in that last half inning about the showmanship of Juan Soto hitting the triple and then celebrating down 9-0. I also saw that he had homered, and it took 30 or almost 38 seconds to round the bases. So the one-upmanships between the two ball clubs not probably going over very well. There is a pitching change, as it is going to be Luke Jackson taking to the hill here for the Giants. It'll be the 4th pitcher used tonight by the San Francisco Ball Club. Jackson, the right-hander, facing Freeman as he kicks and delivers a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. The count goes even to 1-1. And certainly Jose Siri this year has been into it with a couple of teams. Siri, I believe it was the Milwaukee Brewers early in the year. They were upset with the way that he was playing as there's a fastball swung on. It's popped up down the left field line, racing back on it. And did he make the catch? Matt Chapman falls into the netting, but it doesn't look like he's able to hang on. It's going to be a foul ball. So 1-2 strikes now to Freeman. Good effort there by the Giants' third baseman, but he just ran out of real estate. And it actually hit the netting before it hit his glove. He fell into the netting there. As I often wonder if the protective netting is not just there, obviously, for the fans, but also, too, for the players, as he probably would have been going headfirst into the seats on that one. And there's a breaking ball that misses down to Freeman, and the count is now 2-2. So we're talking a little bit about the way that the game is played and how it's promoted sometimes, and doesn't send the right message to the kids. There's a breaking ball that's down, and the count is 3-2. A similar situation in a younger kid's game on the weekend where one of the kids gets to home plate before he crosses it, and he starts to do a celebration as there's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. And that is going to be the first out of the inning as Freeman is retired for out number 1. And so for myself, I had to deliver the message to the young kid that that's not what we want to do, because there was a situation where a trail side runner with a couple outs got tagged out, and you're standing there dancing at the plate before you touch it. That run wouldn't score. So save your celebrations or your fist pumps for the dugout when you get with your teammates. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Hernandez. So no balls and 1 strike. And if you don't send the message to the young kids, and unfortunately they're watching some of this on TV, who are they going to emulate? There's a breaking ball that misses down. They appeal over to the first base umpire, who says Hernandez did go, so the count is 0-2. Hernandez has been aboard 3 times tonight, a single and a pair of walks. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 1-2. Yeah, says that's excellent coaching. Well, yeah, part of it, part and parcel is we also, my assistant, or the fellow that I was working with, said to me, hey, that's great to nip that in the bud straight away. And then we have a conversation with the parent after the game, and it becomes totally different. The parent can't believe that we're upset that his kid did that. And that's, of course, we're looking for the parent reinforcement as that breaking ball misses down and the count is 2-2. Sometimes we'll say, hey, that's the message that we want to send and what we want to deliver. And the parent is defending their child. Unbelievable. There's a fastball that is swung on. This ball is going to be lift foul down the right field line, and the count is going to remain at 2-2 to Hernandez. You want to try to play the game the right way, and you certainly don't want to rub your opponent's noses in the game. When you're winning, you never, I think it was Babe Ruth said, don't brag over winning or cry over losing. So there's a breaking ball waved at and missed, and that is going to be Hernandez in the books for the second out of the inning. It's going to leave it up to Gavin Lux. And when Babe Ruth said that, of course, many years ago, it's a statement that can be sent to a lot of kids. When you're winning, you feel pretty good, but when you're losing, then you start getting upset. Well, just play the game at the same steady pace that you play it at. You don't have to be too far up or too far down, as there's a fastball taken for a called strike by Gavin Lux. Enjoy the moments, but don't excessively celebrate. And when you have something that's not working for you, you don't have to throw a tantrum either. There's a breaking ball that misses down and that swung on, and it's missed by Lux, and the count is 0-2. Lux enjoying a nice ball game tonight. He's got a pair of hits, a couple RBIs. So 2 for 3 tonight. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there's a breaking ball that misses down. It is spiked in the dirt and gets away from Bailey all the way to the backstop. It's going to run the count to 1-2. Good thing they didn't appeal on that. Looks like Blake Trinan up and throwing in the Dodger bullpen. We'll probably see him for the next half inning. Brent Honeywell had won a pair here tonight There's the pitch. It's a breaking ball, swung on, grounded over to the right side, fielded by Wade Jr. He flips it to the pitcher covering. Nice play all around by the defense. It's going to go in the books as a ground out, 3-1 for the third out of the inning, and that will do it. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We are now moving to top of the eighth inning. Your score is the Giants 4 and the Dodgers 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action right after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Drafts Baseball YouTube channel. We're moving to the top of the eighth inning. It is the Dodgers 4 and the Giants 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters to come to bat for the Giants here in inning number 8. It'll be Thairo Estrada, Jorge Soler, and Lamont Wade Jr. As we expected, is going to be Blake Treinen coming on in relief for the Dodgers. He will be the third pitcher used tonight by LA. 28 games so far pitched this year by Treinen. He has a 4-2 record. 25 2/3 innings. He's got himself a 2.10 ERA. And the first pitch on the way is a fastball swung on and missed. And the count is quickly 0-1. It's a pinch hitter. It is Brett Wisely in the ball game here for Estrada. So Wisely hitting from the left side in the hole at 0-1. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball, take it for a called strike. And the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to the left-handed hitting San Francisco Giant pinch hitter. Wisely up to bat. They're still showing Estrada as the hitter. And here comes the pitch from Treinen. Fastball at 95, misses off the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-2. Make me wonder here if it's a steady diet of off speed from this point on to Wisely. Here comes the 1-2 pitch as the right-hander kicks and he fires. Breaking ball swung on and it's grounded foul just past the first base coach's box. The count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Wisely. Dodgers enjoying a 4-1 lead here. The runs have come in bunches for Los Angeles. And the pitch on the way is a fastball swung on and missed. Wisely in the books for out number 1. 1 up and 1 away. That's going to bring up the top of the order in Jorge Soler. As we said, the runs have come in bunches tonight. 2 runs in the first inning. A 2-out, 2-run double by Gavin Lux brought home Freddie Freeman and Teoscar Hernandez. And then in the 4th inning, a 2-out, 2-run double by Shohei Ohtani brought home Jason Hayward and Kevin Biggio. The Giants got their only run in the 2nd inning on a Tyler Fitzgerald solo shot. And here comes the first pitch to Jorge Soler. It's a fastball that misses down and in. The count is 1-0. Soler tonight is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice and flown to center in his 3 trips to the plate. As the right-hander holds to the set position. Now kicks and fires. A fastball that is swung on and tapped foul behind home plate. The count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Once this game is over, we'll give you a full recap of around all of Major League Baseball, as most all of the games are getting to be finals. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, breaking ball that misses outside, they appeal over to the first base umpire, but they say that Soler didn't go, and it is 2 balls and 1 strike. In fact, at this point, it looks like all of the games are now finals across the board except for this one. There is a fastball that misses inside. It is now 3-1 to Soler. See why Trinan, one point in time in his career, was a closer. There's a lot of good stuff on this pitch here. He's got a lot of movement. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. That's a fastball that misses inside. It's going to be ball 4, and Soler is aboard with a 1-out walk. That is going to bring up the first baseman, Lamont Wade Jr. Well, for Wade Jr. tonight, he is officially 0 for 2. He has flown to right and struck out. He's drawn a walk back in the 3rd inning. He did hit the ball on the screws to right field to Jason Hayward all the way to the warning track. And there's a first pitch fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So the very liberal strike zone from Stu Sherwater is now starting to show up for the Giants here on offense, as the Dodgers were not happy with him early on in this one. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses up and away, and the count now goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Here at the top of the 8th inning at Chavez Ravine, between these 2 longtime rivals, there's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into right center field. Andy Pajes is over there. He makes the catch. And that is going to retire Wade Jr. for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 gone here, and that's going to leave it all up to the center fielder, Helio Ramos. And for Ramos tonight, he is 1 for 3. He has grounded to the pitcher and to the 3rd baseman. He's also had a single. He's lifted, or he's kept the season average at 287. The 14 homers and 46 runs batted in. Here comes the pitch now from Trinan. That's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Ramos. Right-hander holds it to the set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded through the 4-hole and just past the sliding second baseman, Gavin Lux. That is picked up by Jason Hayward. Stopping at second is going to be Soler. That ball had some eyes. It's going to be a base hit there for Ramos. That's going to bring up the catcher, Patrick Bailey, to the plate. So the Dodgers are getting themselves into a bit of a jackpot here, as Ramos is the runner at first, Soler the runner at second. 2 gone, and Bailey coming to the dish. For Bailey tonight, he is 0 for 3. He has flown to right, he's flown to center, and he has grounded to second. First pitch on the way. Fastball swung on, grounded softly to second, fielded by Lux. He throws to first. That is going to retire Bailey for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, they had their opportunities, did the Giants, but they weren't able to cash in. There was no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. Your score, as we are now moving to the bottom of the 8th inning, it is the Dodgers 4 and the Giants 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back. I'm not sure what is happening here, but we are struggling a little bit. Looks like we had lost our connection. So hopefully we can stay here with you guys and give you the call. I might have to tap out and tap back in. So just give me a second. We'll be right back. Let's see if this is going to work, everybody. I got to try this here. Or maybe we're going to try that. Let's see if this is going to work. I don't know if everybody's getting feedback or not, but we do have a new pitcher on the mound. And that pitcher is Rodriguez, who is facing Andy Paez. And the quick count is 0-1. As Paez had swung through the first pitch. Here comes the offering. It's a fastball. It's come inside and hit Paez right on the elbow. And he is going to get himself a base here. So I'm just taking a look to see if I can remove one of these pieces from the studio. All right, let's see if this is going to work. If not, I don't know what I got to do here. It was an interesting piece. It ended up crashing with our browser, and that looks like we've got me in two spots. Well, Pajas is board with a leadoff pitch, and that is going to bring up Jason Hayward to the plate. As Hayward tonight is 0 for 1. He has walked twice and scored a run. So the pitcher Rodriguez ready to go again as he works to the belt and now delivers. It's a breaking ball ticket for a called strike. Count is quickly 0-1. Very, very strange the way that this has worked out here tonight. Rodriguez, this is Randy Rodriguez, 6 foot, 166-pound right-hander. Delivers a fastball that is swung on. This ball is lifted foul well into the seats, into the upper deck, down the right field line, and the count goes to 0-2 on Hayward. So no balls and 2 strikes to him. So I don't know if our friend AS is still with us tonight, but hopefully you are. And if you let us know how the sound is at your end, as that's a fastball that misses outside, the count goes to 1-2 on Hayward. Hayward tonight has walked a couple of times and lined to the second baseman. He's also scored one of the 4 Dodger runs. Fastball swung on and grounded foul just past the bag at first base, and the count is remained at 1-2. Watching Pajas get hit by a pitch. I know that as you get older, when you get hit by pitches, you can get some really strange results. There's a fastball swung on. It's going to be lined into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. As it is fielded by Conforto. So Hayward aboard for the 3rd time tonight, but that's his first hit. It advances Pajas over to second. That'll bring up the 3rd baseman, Chris Taylor. Friend AS says broken up a little bit, but nothing major. It's kind of strange. I'm not sure why I've got myself twice in the studio, and I don't know why that is. I can't remove the other one from the studio. So a little bit of a it's kind of strange that everything had kind of crashed momentarily. First pitch breaking ball taken by Taylor for a call strike. Counts 0-1. Taylor singled his first time up, and he was gunned down trying to go first to third on a Kiki Hernandez double back in the 6th inning, as he had come in to replace Kevin Biggio. And he swings through a breaking ball, and the count goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. So a bit of a strange piece there. Friend Gracie Lynn in the house tonight. She says it's been a while. How's it going? As there's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and Taylor is in the books for the first out of the inning. So one gone here, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Kiki Hernandez. Well, Gracie, it's been pretty busy. That is for sure. I don't know what to tell you. It's just been absolutely busy at our end and had a whole lot of time to do a lot of games and stuff. So we're going to make up for it over the next few days. We're going to be on again tomorrow in the daytime, and then Thursday and Friday as well. And then Friday night, we'll do a Japanese game. Be a 9 o'clock first pitch on the Pacific Coast, midnight Eastern. And then we'll also do one on Saturday evening, as there's a fastball that just misses outside at 99 miles an hour. Now is 1-1 for Hernandez. So we'll start getting into the groove to do a few more games here and there. As I mentioned, it is a little bit of a challenge for us here, as we haven't been on as much. But I'm glad you could pop in. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Hernandez. Hernandez had a double in 3 trips. He's also struck out looking and struck out swinging. As the pitch is a breaking ball that is swung on and tapped over on the third base side, and the count now is to remain at 1-2. Gracie says, "Is my connection bad, or is there an issue with your microphone? It sounds like we're underwater," and that could be the case. I'm not sure why that is. We had a bit of a problem. I was going to say that we were doing the game, and then it ended up being where the connection basically fell. I don't know if that's any better or not. We'll try the other one here to see if we can go back to that one. Let's see if that's any better. But we definitely had a problem at the outset, or not at the outset, or at least in the last half inning, where the entire browser crashed. There's a breaking ball that's down. It gets away from Patrick Bailey, and advancing over to third is going to be Pajes. So I don't know if we're any better now or if we're any better later, but it's unfortunate that we weren't able to do that. Hopefully we're not underwater for long. I just tried something different, but very, very strange the way that this is. When we came back, we were able to, it looked like we have 2 of us added to the stream, but we're actually not really there. She says, cutting in and out a bit, but it's, yeah, we were going to have to hang in with this as it's to the end. I don't know why that was, why the browser crashed, and then it shows up that we have 2 of us. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and Hernandez is down on strikes. He's gone for the second out of the inning. Runners on the corners, and it brings up Shohei Ohtani to the plate, who has done half the damage tonight for the Dodgers. Surrounded by 3 strikeouts, he has a double and a pair of RBIs. So he is coming to bat here. And before that happens, it is going to be a visit from the San Francisco Brass here. This is the pitching coach on the way up to the mound. So it should be a busy rest of the week, and even a busy early next week as well, at least the Monday and Tuesday, and then we are out of here on Wednesday. Gracie Lynn was at a soccer game as she is down in Costa Rica. She says just got back from Heredianos 2-0 win over Arenas. So that is pretty cool. Some midweek soccer from Costa Rica. While runners are at the corners, Shohei Ohtani at the plate as Rodriguez is ready to face him. And here comes the first pitch. It's a fastball that misses inside and backs Ohtani off the plate for ball 1. And the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. This game here today was a bit of a late addition as that fastball misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-0. Wasn't really sure that I was going to call the game here tonight. As the pitch there is on its way, and it just misses, and the count, or check that, catches the inside corner, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Ohtani. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball Swung on and missed. That was at 99 on the inside corner. The count now goes to 2-2. Gracie says she's got a new baseball hobby. She's watched 9 Italian League games in the last month, better than I expected. Well, I got a funny story for you on that one, so stick around. I'll give you that in a minute. There's a fastball swung on. It's lined into center field for a base hit. Rounding second and heading to third is going to be the runner Hayward, but it is going to cash in Pajes, and that is going to increase the scoreline to 5-1. An RBI single for Otane, his third run driven in. As we take a look at the swing of Otane, was able to keep his weight back, stay through the ball, and inside out the ball into center field. Another RBI for him here tonight. That brings up catcher Will Smith. I was just starting to say with Gracie Lynn, she was saying about how she picked up watching Italian baseball. There was a former Canadian player who played for the Kansas City Royals and Chicago White Sox. His name was Mark Kean. Breaking ball swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1 as Otane has picked up a stolen base as he has taken second on Rodriguez. Martian had been retired for a couple of years, and he was at a pretty decent career at the big league level, certainly with the Royals. Breaking ball misses down and away, and the count goes even to 1-1. And he was in retirement, and he and his wife, if I'm not mistaken, have a winery or a wine bar down in Scottsdale, Arizona. And they wanted to go, and he decided he was going to go play in the Italian League for a year, and there's a fastball that misses outside. The count is 2-1. And he said, you play double headers on the weekend and have a midweek game or whatever it is. He said, the timing is tough. He goes, in one game, you've got somebody topping out at 82, and in the other game, you got somebody sitting on 93, 94. It makes it very difficult to get your timing as that breaking ball misses down, and the count is 3-1. So there are some players that can play in that league. That is for sure. I think Alex Liddy is still involved over there. I haven't looked lately to see what's going on in the Italian league. In fact, I haven't even looked to see what's going on in the German league lately. It's that fastball is swung on and fouled away. The count is now 3-2. I managed in the German league, there used to be 16 teams, 8 in the north and 8 in the south. And I've taken a look here, and it is now, there's only 6 teams, I think, in the north and 5 in the south in the Bundesliga, which is definitely changed a lot. Gracie Lynn says, why can't the Dodgers lose like 20 in a row now? Well, they're starting to get healthy. There's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball that misses outside, or the 3-2 pitch, and that's going to be ball 4 to Smith. Sorry about that. My glasses are not taking full effect. That's going to be ball 4. It loads the bases. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. Now, there we are. That's maybe why we are cutting in and out. Let me try to do this. I'm going to try to leave the studio here. It looks like we had 2 studios open. I don't know if you guys can still hear me, but I think I've solved the issue now. And let me know if the sound is any better. Here comes the first pitch delivered to Freeman. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. It's like I had 2 StreamYard video applications opened at the same time. I didn't want to do that. Fastball at 98 on the inside corner. And now the count is even at 1-1 to Freeman. So here's the offering. It is the fastball that misses inside. It's now 3-1. Having a little bit of a problem, as you said, there might have been some choppiness with our feed. We're also getting choppiness with our video as well. Skipped ahead. We missed a pitch on Freeman. Here comes the 3-1. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on, lifted into deep right field, moving back onto the warning track, looking up and making the catch is Yastrzemski as he's about 3 steps from the wall. And that is going to do it. Freeman sent it a long way, but not long enough. And that is going to do it here. But the Dodgers have extended their lead. They got 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits. There was no errors, and there were 3 runners left aboard. We'll be back here in just a couple moments for the top of the ninth inning. Your score as we move to inning number 9. It is a 3-1 game. Gracie Lynn says, I think you fixed the issue, and I hope I did. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for being with us here tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back in just a few. We'll be right back in 30 seconds, everybody, with all the action. Hang tight. It is a 5-1 Dodger lead as we go to the top of the ninth. Welcome back, everybody. It's Alex Vesia on the mound here, as he's going to be the 4th Dodger pitcher used tonight. He'll be facing Matt Chapman, Michael Conforto, and Tyler Fitzgerald, as the first pitch delivered to Chapman was a fastball that misses up for ball 1. Pitch on the way, it's a breaking ball that misses down, and it's now 2-0. Gracie Lynn says the changes must be recent. As of only a year and a half ago, it was 16 teams, 8 in each conference. Yeah, that's exactly what it was, 8-8. Part of the problem is in Germany, like some of the other countries, is depending on if baseball and softball are Olympic sports will dictate if money is going to be given to those federations. Fastball swung on and missed. The count is now 2-1, because in a lot of ways they're baseball minnows. And I know when I was there in 2008, the Olympic Games were in China, but baseball was being eliminated, and a lot of people in the DBF, the German Baseball Federation, were losing jobs due to the fact, as that fastball misses upstairs, due to the fact that, unfortunately, they were in a situation where they were losing jobs because the money wasn't there. They were getting their funding cut, and then it was just being passed down all the way. And they were on a pretty good roll with regards to development, as that fastball misses, the fastball catches the inside corner. It's now 3-2. The problem was I remember Max Kepler was just a young kid playing in the Bundesliga when he was like 16 or 17, as he played against us for Regensburg. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and lifted foul. And the count remains at 3-2 to Chapman. But when you don't have the money to pour into the development of players, that becomes a problem. Donald Lutz made it to the big leagues. His older brother, Sasha, was also playing for the Mines Athletics. A lot of players that were playing there. Fastball misses up and in. It's going to be ball 4, as Chapman is going to be aboard with a leadoff walk here in the 9th inning. That is going to bring up the left fielder, Michael Conforto. Unfortunately, when you have a situation where there are a lot of jobs that are dependent on money, and the money that gets funded into the federation at all levels, whether it be the national team level, the junior national team levels, the development program, and you cut that money away, obviously players start to go find other things to do, and there isn't the money and the opportunities in that sport. Fastball misses upstairs to Conforto, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes, as the lefty holds himself to the set position, and now the delivery's on the way. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-0. Gracie Lynn says the arms are mad, but there are a lot of good bats. Well, yes and no, because if the arms were better, how would those bats project? And so when I think of some of that stuff, there were a few players with some pro pedigree that had played. For example, Mike Bolsenbroek was a Dutch pitcher who played in the league. He was like 6'8" or 6'9" and 6'10", something like that. And he ended up going into pro ball. I think he was with the Phillies organization. And he was in the low 90s. There were some players for sure that could pitch in that league. There were also some guys that could also play that were good athletes. That fastball's taken for a called strike. Some really good athletes, but a lot of the development, especially of those players, they hadn't played enough. You got adult men, 24, 5 years old, that would make mistakes that 13, 14, 15-year-olds would make here. Here's the 2-1. Fastball that swung on and lifted foul. It's going to be into the seats down the third baseline. The count goes to now 2-2. And the other part is, too, is some of those players have played in the minor leagues. Like I had a Dominican shortstop who'd played with the Braves, the Tigers, and the Orioles organizations, who topped out at AAA. As he pitches a fastball that misses upstairs, it's now gone to 3-2 on Conforto. Well, Vesia here having a little bit of a problem here tonight, as it's going to be Tyler Fitzgerald on deck. So the Dodgers looking to try to finish this one out. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. As it's on its way to Conforto, it's a fastball that misses upstairs. So back-to-back walks issued by Vesia, and that's going to bring Fitzgerald to the plate, who has accounted for the only giant run, the home run back in the second inning. So he strides to the plate, and it's going to be a hurry-up call to the bullpen by the Dodgers. The other part to that, too, is when you look at the baseball players or the European players, the prospects are going to come under the age of 20. There are some solid players that are playing over there. There's the fastball that was taken on the inside corner for a called strike. I remember the catcher for Heidenheim. Forget his name. He was a former minor leaguer. There was Tim Henkin Johan, who was a pitcher for Bonn. He was a minor leaguer who threw 90-plus miles an hour. Here's the 0-1 offering. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count goes to 1-1 on Fitzgerald. So they had a number of players that had some time in the minor leagues, but were missing tools, just like Eddie was missing tools for our group. Of course, when you're in the Atlanta Brave organization, stuck behind the likes of Chipper Jones and others. Fastball swung on. This ball is lined to left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And rounding third and heading home with the second run of the ballgame is Matt Chapman. Stopping at second is Conforto, so an RBI single, and that's going to bring the tying run to the plate. So they've cut the lead to 5-2, and it's going to be Mike Yastrzemski striding to the plate to face Vesia. So the Dodgers, who looked like they were fully in command of this game going into this inning with a 5-1 lead, it's now 5-2 with nobody out and the tying run at the plate. And Evan Phillips is now up and throwing in the Dodger bullpen, and the Dodgers pitching coach is on his way to the mound. So we have a little excitement here tonight at Chavez Ravine to wrap this one up. Maybe more excitement than the Dodgers anticipated. It looks like it's going to be Wilmer Flores, who has moved into the on-deck circle to hit for Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski was 0 for 3 tonight in this one, so Flores looking like he is going to be making his way to the plate. He's hitting .207 on the year. 4 homers and 26 runs batted in. He's only played in 70 games this year. So Flores coming to bat here, with nobody out and 2 on in the 9th inning. Just as a reminder, we're going to be back on the airwaves again tomorrow. We'll put something up probably early in the day, so hopefully you can join us And the first pitch on the way is a fastball swung on and line foul down the right field line. It's going to reach the seats. Count is quickly 0-1 to Flores. Dodger faithful if they've stuck around for this one. Thinking this was going to end easily. It's certainly not going that way. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. As Vesia kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and another one lifted foul. This one right behind home plate. Flores is going to feel a little bit snake bitten on that one. So no balls and 2 strikes here. Now time has been called as Flores has stepped out of the batter's box. So Vesia here has stepped off the backside of the mound and ready to do this all over again. No balls and 2 strikes here to Flores. The lefty Vesia delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and now the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Vesia gets himself a new baseball, and we're ready to go again. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on and lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats. Tracy Lynn says game 1 is 9:20. Yeah, that's the one I'm actually thinking about. I can't do the later game because I've got another commitment, but probably the first game of the day-night doubleheader. So Reds, Braves, I'll make the decision on that here in a little bit. I haven't been getting good sleep last couple of nights. Had unfortunately, a flare-up of some gout. Probably dehydration did at that time. There's a fastball swung on, lifted foul into the seats. The count remains at 1-2, though the major piece of this has seemed to settle down and go away, but I think I'm out of the woods for the major part of it. But probably another couple of days until the foot is fully recovered. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, popped up on the infield. Coming in on it, looks like infield fly rolls in effect as Gavin Lux is going to haul it in. That's going to retire Flores for the first out of the inning. So 1 in the books with runners at first and second. That's going to bring up the batter, Brett Wisely, who came on to pinch hit for Tyro Estrada back in the 8th inning. So he's 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out in his only appearance. So lefty-lefty matchup, and the pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Estrada was 0 for 2 in this one, and Wisely picked up where he left off without reaching base. And his only appearance. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fastball swung on and lifted foul into the seats over on the third base side, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Not 100% sure if I'll make that call on that game, but I'm leaning toward it for sure. As the Reds and the the Reds and the Braves, I believe, are tomorrow, first of 2. It's Frankie Montas against Winans. I'm not sure who that is for the Braves. The nightcap, it's Nick Martinez and Chris Sale. I'd rather be on that one, but unfortunately I can't. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed by Wisely, and he goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning. So 2 in the books. So that's going to bring up the top of the order in Jorge Soler. We'll see if Vesia is going to stay in here, if they're going to go to the right-hander. Phillips, we'll take a look here. So Wisely not happy as that's the second time he struck out. Dave Roberts is come out of the pen, and that is going to be it for for the pitcher Vesia. As Jorge Soler is looming on the on-deck circle, we're going to have ourselves a pitching change. So hang tight, everybody. Evan Phillips is coming in to try to get the final out. We'll be back in just a moment here as we do have a pitching change here in the top of the 9th inning. We'll be right back after this. Hang tight.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
We got 2 out here in the 9th inning. We'll be back in just a moment. This is for our friend Gracie Lynn, who's listening in. Welcome back, everybody. Evan Phillips is on the mound. It's his 34th appearance. He's got 2 wins and no losses. He has 14 saves and 16 attempts, working 31 innings, striking out 34 and walking 10. He's just got to get himself up that last one. Our friend Gracie Lynn says Winans is a top prospect from AAA, had a couple of starts. Looks like they've given everybody a spot in the rotation this year. Some unique roster management for sure, and she likes the fiddle and the banjo. That is for certain. There's a first pitch fastball that misses inside the Soler for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Soler is the tying run at the plate here as they have runners at first and second to the Giants. As Phillips kicks and delivers a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. That's the game I'm leaning toward tomorrow morning, so we'll have to see if that is going to come to fruition or not. I think that would be the case. There's a breaking ball that misses way outside. It's now 3-0 to Soler. Lamont Wade Jr. is awaiting his turn on deck. So 3 balls and no strikes. And here comes the pitch. It's a fastball that misses inside. Phillips not even close to any of them there on Solera. It's going to load the bases. Conforto heads to third. Fitzgerald makes his way to second with the walk to Solera, and it brings Lamont Wade Jr. to the plate. So Wade Jr. 0 for 3 tonight. He's also drawn a walk, as Dave Roberts has got his head buried down. Can't really bear to watch. And now stepping off the backside of the mound is the pitcher, Phillips. Gracie says something we aren't used to seeing, but the Braves 4 pro affiliates are all below 500 heading into today. Yeah, that is for certain. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Honestly, right now, I think that the Braves are going to have to make a couple of moves. There's a young kid, I don't know him personally, but he lives in my neighborhood who is in the Braves system. They threw a lot of money at him. He played at the University of Oregon. Fastball swung on and lifted foul into the seats down the third base line. The count's now 0-2. Is Adam Mayer. They drafted him, I think, a couple of years ago. Gave him a lot of money. I think he was a late round pick, and they threw $1 million+ at him. He signed, but he was coming off of either an internal brace surgery or Tommy John. I haven't even bothered to look up to see how he's doing. There was a fastball that misses in, and the count's now 1-2 to Helio Ramos. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as the right-hander kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Lamont Wade Jr. Nice stop there by the catcher, Will Smith. I was talking earlier about how I didn't like the way that Patrick Bailey was backhanding balls. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded to the right side, fielded by Lux. He throws to first, and that's going to do it. The Dodgers are going to win it, but not without some excitement here in the ninth. So you ground out 4-3 for the third out of the inning. They score a run to the Giants as they had one run on the benefit of only one hit. There was no errors, and there were 3 runners left aboard. Your final score is the Dodgers 5 and the Giants 2. Stick around, everybody. I'm going to come back, wrap it up, and give you the scores from around the league. And we'll finish off my comments to our friend Gracie Lynn right after this when we return. Appreciate you guys for being here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Kind of like the old days when we're sitting here with only 3 or 4 people in the chat tonight or in our stream, but that's okay. We haven't done many Major League games this year at all. This was only number 2. The only other one we did was the Reds and the Dodgers. So we're really pleased that a few people could make it in here with us tonight. We'll give you the rundown on this one, and we'll give you the scores from around Major League Baseball. Scoring got going in the first inning for the Dodgers with 2 outs. Freddie Freeman was hit by a pitch. Teoscar Hernandez walked, and up stepped Gavin Lux. He had a 2-run double driving home Freeman and Hernandez to open up the scoring. The Giants responded in the top of the second with 2 out. A solo shot by Tyler Fitzgerald made the score 2-1. In the fourth inning, Andy Pajas struck out. Jason Hayward walked. Then it was a Cavan Biggio single, and after Kiki Hernandez went down on strikes, Shohei Ohtani stepped up and delivered a 2-run double to make the score 4-1. Dodgers added to their lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. Andy Pajas was hit by a pitch. Jason Hayward singled. And then after a couple of strikeouts, Shohei Ohtani delivered another base hit single to bring home Pajas with the 5-1 lead. Well, the Giants made it interesting in the ninth. It was a leadoff walk to Matt Chapman, followed by a walk to Conforto and a single by Tyler Fitzgerald. That ended up bringing home Chapman with the second run of the game. After a couple outs, Alex Vesia settled down. He was relieved by Evan Phillips, walked Jorge Soler, and then was able to induce Lamont Wade Jr. to ground out to end the ball game. And that was your final 5-3. So those are the ones there. I'm going to give you the rundown from around the league. We'll come back. We'll talk to Gracie Lynn for a couple minutes, and then we're going to shut her down for the night. Scores from around Major League Baseball. All other games are now finals from across the MLB. I'm going to try to do something that I haven't done in a while. Normally what I do is I look at the MLB website. There was another site that we used to get where we had pretty good stuff of the NPB scores, but I'm going to use, of all things tonight, ESPN. And unfortunately, ESPN doesn't give me all the stuff that I want either, which would be the home runs and the extra base stuff, but that's okay. So here we go. We got the Marlins knocking off the Orioles tonight 6-3. 6-10-0 for the Marlins, 3-9-1 for the Orioles. Getting the win was AJ Puck. Taking the loss was Suarez. Scott picked up his 17th save for the Marlins. Tigers went into Cleveland and lost to the Guardians tonight 5-4, 5-11-1 for the Guardians, 4-6-0 for the Tigers. Cade Smith gets the win. Canadian boy from Abbotsford, BC, he's 5-1. Joey West takes the loss. He goes to 0-2. Emmanuel Clase gets his 30th save of the year. Cardinals knocked off the Pirates 2-1 at PNC tonight. 2-4-0 for the Cardinals, 1-7-0 for the Pirates. It was Fernandez getting the win for the Cardinals. Paul Skeens gets his first loss of the year for the Pirates. Helsley picks up his 33rd save for the Redbirds. Padres knocked off the Nationals 4-0. It was 4-9-2 for San Diego, 0-5-0 for the Nats. Vasquez gets the win. He's 3-5. Hers takes the loss. He drops to 1-4. Mets knock off the Yankees in the Bronx 3-2, 3-8-1 for the Mets, 2-5-1 for the Yanks. Jose Quintana gets the win. He's 5-6 on the year. Tonkin takes the loss for the Yankees. He's 3-4. Diekman gets the save. That's number 4 for him. Rays knock off the Blue Jays 4-2 in Toronto at Rogers Center. 4-4-0 for the Rays, 2-6-0 for the Jays. Tyler Alexander gets the win. He's 3-3. Jose Barrios takes the loss. He's 8-8. Pete Fairbanks gets his 19th save of the season. Phillies knocked off the Twins 3-0. 3-6-0 for Philadelphia. 0-3-0 for the Twins. Twins are scuffling lately. They're now 10 games above 500. It is Gregory Soto got the win. He goes to 2-3. Yohan Duran takes the loss. He's 5-5. Matt Strom gets his first save this year as a Philly. White Sox lose to the Rangers 3-2. 3-6-0 for Texas. 2-5-1 for the Chi Sox. Johnny Gray gets the win. He's 5-4. Garrett Crochet takes the loss. He's 6-7. Kirby Yates gets his 18th save of the season. Good for Kirby Yates. I thought he was done a couple of years ago. Brewers knocked off the Cubs in Wrigley 1-0. 1-7-0 for the Brew Crew. 0-7-0 for the Cubs. Peguero gets the win. He's 6-3. Ty on the loss. He's 7-5. McGill gets his 20th save of the year. Look out, here come the Diamondbacks. They're now 2 games above 500, 52-50. They win and even their road record to 26-26. 6-8-0 against the Royals, 2-7-1 for Kansas City. Montgomery the win, he's 7-5. Marsh takes the loss, he's 7-7. Red Sox knock off the Rockies 6-0. 6-11-1 for the Red Sox, 0-6-0 for the Rocks. Criswell gets the win. He's 4-4. Block takes the loss. He's 3-6. Angels knocked off the Mariners 5-1. 5-4-0 for the Angels. 1-3-2 for the Mariners. Soriano the win. He goes to 6-7. Logan Gilbert the loss. He is 6-6. And then it was the Oakland A's knocking off the Houston Astros tonight. 8-2. 8-13-0 for the A's. 2-9-0 for the Stros. Beto gets the win. He's 2-1. Bloss takes the loss. He's 0-1. Of course, the one here, the final from Dodger Stadium. Dodgers beat the Giants 5-2, 5-9-1 for the Dodgers, 2-5-1 for the Giants. Knack gets the win. He goes to 2-2. Hicks takes the loss. He's 4-7. Evan Phillips, his 15th save of the year. Our friend Gracie Lynn, our friend God is Great, stopping in here tonight. We appreciate you for popping in here. Our friend Gracie Lynn says there's a single A player in Augusta named Didier Fuentes. If you don't know the name, look it up. She thinks he'll be a Rookie of the Year candidate and maybe multiple Cy Youngs when he gets to his career. We'll have to take a look. A-ball and double A are 2 different animals. Gracie Lynn said, I think Suarez picked up an injury and left early. You may be right about that. Gracie Lynn said Paul must have pitched into the 9th like a complete game today because the Cardinals took the lead in the 9th. I'm not sure if he went that deep, but he definitely struggled a bit. Gracie Lynn said Randy Vasquez had an unbelievable game for the Padres. 6 innings, only 63 pitches. Couldn't finish the game because he was heading to Heredito game or something like that. Not sure. Then Gracie Lynn said, happy the Twins, or you couldn't watch it because you were going to the soccer game. Gracie Lynn said the Twins are struggling. Still high on the Tigers, think they can make the playoffs. Well, it depends if they're sellers or not, because there's a lot of talk that Tariq Skubal could be gone. If they move Skubal, then we'll be talking about something different. Not sure if the Tigers will put it together that way. And then she says, you got to see the errors in the Mariners game that gave the gift to the Angels. Single A type stuff. Yeah, probably right on that one. I'll have to take a look. Maybe we'll post something up later. Well, listen, everybody, appreciate y'all for stopping in here tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Didn't have a lot of people, but we always have a lot of spirit. And we thank everybody for listening in with us this evening. Once again, you've listened to the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll look to see you again tomorrow. We're going to try to do the Braves and the Reds. In the early morning, we'll double back in less than 12 hours' time. Hopefully you guys can join us for that one. And we'll give you all the action when we can. All right, everybody, have a great night, and we will see you again tomorrow.
All I want
Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Reds and Braves first thing tomorrow morning.